Got that number one
Dude,
gift
you
of
you
that.
drop you drop 700 points or something like that in one stream.
750.
Yeah,
So
We
how
in
are
did we
one.
go?
live.
Right.
We are live.
Yo!
What up?
It's
What up?
that
What up?
time.
It is that time. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sadmirals. I mean Chadmirals. Tonight I am joined by my co-host Fritz the Ditz and guest co-host Jacoby DJ. Kobe, tell these lovely, lovely, lovely people where to find you.
What's up, guys? I'm Jacoby. You can find me on the entire internet as Jacoby DS. I'm also a musician. I go by the name of Drop Switch. You can find me on every digital platform you listen to music on. And you can find me here on Chadmirals with the boys. So, yeah,
Let's go.
I'm sure links are in the bio. You guys will be able to find me.
Yes, they are. And of course, we have our guest Vice Chadmirals here tonight. Actually, one guest Vice Chadmiral Cube. And the legendary Chadmiral Smokey Tora, who this is his like third appearance on Chadmirals in
Be rare.
maybe in like 3 episodes of appearances ever, has graced us with his presence tonight. And of course, like I said, we do have Cube. No, I'm joking.
We
Cube,
do
how
have
you,
Cube as well.
yeah, we have Cube as well. Now, how you doing tonight, Cube? Thank you for joining us on Chadmirals.
No worries. And for everyone, you all know me as Cuba the Red Sea. Tonight I'm Cuba the Red Ribbon Army. So I guess you guys know. So just for tonight. And you know, it's like I think it's one of the for I think all of us here it's an important stream. So I'm happy to be with all of you.
Yes,
Well, if you're
tonight,
Cube of the Red Ribbon Army, then I am, instead of Grand Line Bound, I am Ginyu Force Bound or something like that.
Ginyu
So,
Force bound.
yeah, so
I mean, I'm here for it. Okay. But yes, as you see, the title of the stream has changed. It was originally going to be a discussion about Dressrosa with Jacoby, but after today's events, I talked with the crew and I talked with Jacoby, and we decided to dedicate this entire episode to one man, and that one man is Akira Toriyama, a legendary mangaka who inspired everybody's favorite mangakas. So there may be some crying, but tonight's stream is basically just to honor this man, tell everybody what they mean to it, what he meant to us. Yeah, and that's it. How's everyone feeling about this, by the way?
Shook,
Not good.
shaking.
I'm great about being here, sad about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
circumstances.
Yeah. Sadmirals. Hashtag Sadmirals chat. Hashtag Sadmirals.
I'm just gonna say it, dude. I can remember countless days arguing with people, like as a kid on the school bus, at school, over like what we thought about, these beloved characters that this great man gave to us, and just like I can remember spending the night at my cousins, and him just like busting my ass with like the easiest trivia of the world about like getting blown away because like the stuff just encapsulated our youth,
Yeah.
bro.
Entire
1,000%.
1,000%.
So,
I mean, I can remember being on the playground and like trying so hard to go Super Saiyan and like screaming.
right.
Oh,
I can
facts.
remember, yeah, dude, facts. When the Cell Juniors episode came out, right? I remember specifically because I would draw the Cell Juniors over and over again on like paper all the time. Like I'd be in English, just like doodling a Cell Junior, being like, "Haha, this one's gonna get
Oh,
Yamcha."
facts.
Right. Right.
This one's gonna get Yamcha, he says.
Bro, I made a Vegito and I put it inside a cardboard box like a little collage, bro. It was
Dude.
awesome.
What I remember is drawing Super Saiyan level 1,000, with their hair that
Oh,
fills the whole
infinite
page.
hair.
Infinite hair that just floods the whole page and just
Yeah.
like you guys said, I was obsessed with like the mechanics of how to shoot a laser, like an energy beam from your body.
Yeah.
Like I didn't just try to do it. I was obsessed on like what did I need to do it? What do I need to breathe a certain way? Do it like I was perplexed by it so bad. Like, can I really do it? Can I really tap in and blast one of these kids? What
It
am I
felt
like?
possible, man.
Bro.
Yeah.
Telling me
Possible,
that is
bro.
straight facts. There's just no way. It's so hard to process.
Yeah,
Right.
like I remember in gym class, you know when you have like those different Olympic type of exercise you do, and the one with the stick where you jump over the bar. I would imagine I'm going up to Corn's Tower every time I would try to jump from the
that's
stick
fire.
go over the bar.
Yeah.
That's fine, man.
So yeah, so it's like And we all have those moments. It's
Yeah, there's like millions of people who have the exact same story probably that we all just
Absolutely.
share.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
growing
like
up
that,
this age
so
range,
crazy.
yeah.
that was just it. Every day,
Right.
like waiting on my dad to get home so we could watch Toonami at 5 o'clock, catch the new Dragon Ball
Yeah.
episode, and then like it eventually going into Z and everything. Like I was able to rent these mangas from my like school library when I was in middle school, so I read all of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z even before I was like really watching it heavy because it was just there.
Mhm.
Like
Bro. I
that's the
remember
whole
getting off
brilliance.
the school bus and having to run because it had already started like
Yes,
maybe
yes.
Yeah.
10 minutes before, and
Facts.
I just wanted
You're
to
like,
catch
I
that
almost got
thing.
yeah,
hit
you're
by
like,
a
I've got to
car,
get there
bro.
before the recap stops.
I almost got
Exactly.
hit by a car one time trying to get home and watch one of these damn recaps, bro. I legitimately remember that. Dude, like I said, we're all connected. Like I'm pretty sure like somebody has the exact same story that you guys have that we all have.
Facts.
It's amazing, man. It's immortal. It truly is immortal. As
Yeah.
long as anime exists, manga exists, his work will be immortal. It will never go away.
Well,
That's
it's
the
not
no, it
even.
beauty of it.
goes. It goes even further than that. I don't. I know the others might know that, but Jokobi, I don't even know that. But Oda was refused like 3 or 4 times by Shonen Jump, and Akira is the one who actually just put pressure, saying that you might even have less Dragon Ball content if you don't give him a chance. Like even
Yeah.
for
I didn't
us
know it
who
went that
talk about
deep.
One Piece, yeah, like
Yeah.
Akira is the mentor of Kishimoto and other people. It's like
Mhm.
it's not just his story. Is that he literally was that's why they call him the professor in their tributes. It's like he literally like
Absolutely.
The
mentored
Godfather.
a whole generation. He
Yeah.
pioneered not only the market but also the future market. Like he
Facts.
created it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy.
it's literally direct from source, pretty much. Like you can boil it all down to him, like that.
Yeah.
I knew obviously like that Oda and Kishimoto like looked up to him, and then they became friends, and there was a lot of support back and forth. But the fact that he outright like pressured Shonen Jump and stuff to make One Piece happen and stuff, they didn't quite do
Right.
it to that level, and that's incredible, dude.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I mean,
Yeah.
he. It goes beyond that too because when the big three went big, like when they started making those cells and stuff, man, he was Tai Kubo's mentor as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is that's why everyone calls him the grandfather of the big three. Like Cube said, they call him the professor,
Right.
and it's because even when they became the big three, he's like, here's how you hold a Western audience. Here's how you do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like he
exactly.
was their sensei.
He's
Like for
Yoda.
the
He's
arts.
Yoda.
Yeah,
He's Yoda of the anime and manga world.
yeah. Well, I
He
think
That's
truly
so
is. Yeah.
crazy.
yeah, I
That's
think
wild.
the mangaka I feel the heaviest heart for is definitely
Facts.
Toyotaro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like the guy that's writing and
Yep.
drawing Super and has been now for
Mm-hmm.
about 10 years. Like, because he has to now carry the
Protege.
weight of it's his
The whole
protege.
weight just fell on him.
And
Yeah.
I think it's been a long understanding that it was going to come to this.
Yeah.
And he'd never be in this position if he wasn't trusted to do it right. So
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Still
It's
makes
just
it
sad
tough to
that
like be real though.
Yeah.
absolutely,
To
absolutely.
know when he doesn't know where to take the story next that he won't be able to call, Toriyama Sensei and be like, hey, any idea what should happen next? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's got to be rough on him.
Well, I wish we as a community can get together and just let him know like there is no pressure right now, dude. Like, and not like if you don't ever want to do anything, don't. Like a beautiful adaptation should come 10 years down the line, just like Star Wars. All these beautiful,
Facts.
The Mandalorian, all these shows, Boba Fett. Like 10 years down the line, somebody can capture magic again. It doesn't have to be pressured. It doesn't have to be forced. Like just grieve
Let it happen.
and find balance before
Yeah.
ever even trying to do that. I
Bro,
wish we
10
could
years
come
from
together and let
now,
him know.
10 years from now, Gohan should find a son of his and name him Goku.
I mean, dude, and just run it right back.
Run it
Right.
right back.
Hey, Grandpa
Leave him on an
Gohan, bro.
island for a long time. Don't let him meet other humans till some blue-haired girl shows up in a metal monster.
He raises his
Metal
grandkid to become the
monster,
greatest of all
yes.
multiverses, bro. Like,
Facts, though. That's facts, man. That's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
tug on our
Actually,
heartstrings a little bit more.
Exactly.
it kind of makes me feel like we're like internally living a certain scene in Dragon Ball Z is when the Goku tells that Vegeta and Gohan were killed by Majin Buu.
Yeah.
And the reaction of everyone is like I feel like for me the whole day I feel like that scene
Mhm.
over and over again. Like you just
Right.
can't imagine that news.
Yeah, it's just not
It
real. It
seems
can't be real.
Yeah.
right. You just don't think he could ever go. He kind of becomes like immortalized in your mind, just like Goku, right? Where it's
Yeah.
like you don't think they're gonna go anywhere. It's a sad reality. It's sad for us too because it's like that's our childhood. It kind of
Yeah.
like highlights something in our lives where it's like we all have a day. We all have a day, man. You know, but
Oh yeah.
Enjoy it while you
I'm
got
very
it.
positive.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm very positive. I'm very positive. This whole situation sucks, but I'm very positive moving forward that like
Something good will come.
I
I
don't know.
was telling, yeah, no, I get what you're saying entirely, Smokey. I was telling Smokey earlier about the whole thing too. Like, as terrible as it is, there's a good possibility that somebody's gonna out there is gonna be so affected by this that they're like, oh my god, Toriyama is gone, and there's no one left to write that Dragon Ball anymore. I'm gonna write the next one then, and we
Absolutely.
get
Yeah.
an amazing manga because they were inspired so deeply by Toriyama.
Hmm.
He was so
Exactly.
supportive of so many fanfics, like generalized believed, like almost canonizing themselves because he was just like so in awe of these creations and extended versions of things that he's made, man. Like
Yeah.
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 so crazy.
Absolutely. I mean, my big thing that I hope with this, just seeing the impact this made on all the other mangakas, is if it can like stop this annoying conversation of like instead of like people being anime fans, you're like, oh, you're a Naruto fan or you're a One Piece fan or you're a Dragon Ball fan. It's like, nah, like look at how this is in like it affects absolutely everything here, and we're just anime fans here, so we could stop this stupid
Period.
conversation of like what's better and what's worse. It's like, nah, like this is all connected, and I hope that this like low key can just bring us together a little bit and shed some of this toxicity out.
It is, yeah. It's
Well put.
wild
Well
how
put.
much the community has come together for this. It is
Yeah,
wild.
Well
absolutely.
put.
I've not.
That's
I
what I
don't think
said. Like
I've.
that.
Sorry, Smokey. I don't think I've seen one person be a troll about it. If I'm being honest,
No,
which
yeah,
is wild
I've not
to me.
seen a single troll.
Right. You can't.
And
You can't. I just feel like you can't. Just you're gonna get eaten up alive. This is
yeah,
not the type of
exactly.
troll that.
Yeah, at least even the trolls are realizing, you know what, it's not even worth it to play this game. Like this is actually a sad moment. Like this is real.
Mhm.
There's been some amazing AI images of like the all the Dragon Ball members mourning. I was seeing some of them earlier. They're all mourning at a funeral, bro. Like, God dang it, this stuff was smacking me so hard.
Dude,
Yeah.
TikTok is a tough place to be on right now. Like it's been beautiful, but it has been so sad. Like my
Dude,
whole Discord
agreed.
today has just been us sharing TikToks, and it's just been rough.
That's why I haven't read Oda's statement. You guys, like I
Oh, I'm about to read
don't
it
want
on
to read it
stream.
till maybe.
I
Oh
read both
shit.
Oda and Kishimoto's statement on stream last
That was
night. 'Cause,
I
like I
plan
was
on.
streaming
shit.
when it happened. I
Yeah.
actually just posted a video of like the live reaction of it.
Yeah.
But like, dude, those I mean, Oda's and Kishimoto's are tough to get through. Kishimoto's just I broke down because Naruto's my number one anime still, and oh, dude, it ripped me apart reading those.
Mhm. Yeah, and that's why I haven't read it. It's because I know
It's
that's
worth
not
it
the
Well,
though.
are
stuff.
you ready, Smokey?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's
I'm
coming.
ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
Always ready.
I'm gonna try to get through this, boys. Wish me luck, and
got
audience.
this,
I'm
bro.
sorry again if anyone cries on stream. I know it's kind of cringe to cry on stream, but it is what it is. We're real
No.
men here. We do our
Hey,
tears.
Yeah,
it is what it
exactly.
is, dude.
Exactly,
uh,
bro. No, for real though. For
from the
real.
mouth of Ichiro Oda, it is too early. The hole is too big, and sadness washes over me when I think that I will never see him again. I have admired him so much since I was a child, so I remember the day he called me by my name for the first time. On the way home from the day you used the word friend for me and Kishimoto, I remember being overjoyed with Kishimoto. I also remember the last conversation we had. I was one of those who took the baton from the days when reading manga made you a fool, and he also created an era when both adults and children could enjoy reading manga. He showed us the dream that manga can go worldwide. It was like watching a hero going forward. For not only mangakas, but also creators in various industries, the excitement and emotion of the time of Dragon Ball serialization must have taken root in their childhood. His existence is like a big tree. For the manga artist of our generation, who stood on the same stage, Toriyama's works became more and more important to me as I got closer to the same stage. I even felt being scary. But I'm just happy to see the aloof man himself again, because we love him on a blood level. With respect and gratitude for the creative world he has left behind, I pray for his soulful rest in peace. May heaven be the joyous world that you envision, Toriyama Sensei.
Ah, man.
Amen.
Ah,
Amen. Amen.
oh,
God,
man.
dude.
That gets me. That gets me. You could feel it. You could feel it in his words that what that man meant to him. And when he
Mhm.
said, when he called him his friend, that's like
Yep.
something
Yeah.
straight out of One Piece.
Yeah.
Straight out of One
Literally
Piece.
something
Straight out
straight
of
out of One Piece
Naruto.
right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Just. Oh
Goku,
man.
man.
Oh man. That gets me. Whew.
It's yeah, I guess it's a tough moment, you know.
Mhm.
It is.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you also it also it's like if you think about it, whenever you watch the beginning of the Big Three or any modern shonen, and you rewatch the original Dragon Ball, like those first two arcs, it just you see all those different shonens in the two first
Mhm.
arcs, like
Yeah.
from the he meets
Immediately.
Bulma to the tournament until the end of the first tournament,
Mhm.
all the shonens fit into that. You
Dude,
have
the
all the
Right.
tournament
different
arc, yeah. The tournament arcs in general are like a staple in every shonen now because of it.
Absolutely.
Oh, dude.
like yeah, it's like Egoism
And
first,
like
like
the whole like
the
Goku being pure of heart, and like you can like, so in stream we watched the first like 3 episodes of OG Dragon Ball last night, and when Master Roshi gives Goku the Nimbus Cloud, the one thing about the Nimbus is you have to be completely pure of heart
Pure of
to
heart,
be able
yeah.
to ride it. So we started arguing in like, the chat about what other shonen MCs would be pure enough of
Luffy.
heart to ride it. Luffy is the most obvious
Luffy
answer. Like,
canonically has ridden the flag in the Epoch event. What is it? The Epoch crossover event or something like that?
oh
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Did they
Yeah.
put
He
him on the
did.
Nimbus Cloud on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. They did.
See, that's
And
perfect because like he's and like that's like just the perfect line you can draw of like direct reference to an original anime, like same style MC for one way or another. Just just here for it, genuinely here for it.
Yeah, not even
yeah
only that, but like the whole thing about MCs not killing people, like and only
Mm-hmm.
using that if they absolutely have to. It comes from Dragon Ball in the Red Ribbon
Mhm.
Army saga with
Yeah.
Ader and being like, "No, don't
Right.
kill him. If you do, you'll just be just as bad as him." That is a
Yep.
message that has been spread throughout all the manga and anime for years because of that.
Mm-hmm. Solve your
there's
problems
also
without just going and killing people. Like
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
deal with these issues, face them head on.
And there's also something that, like I said, everything. Like there's something. One of my favorite short tournament arcs is in the Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament, and what I like
Mm-hmm.
is that announcer. And I remember after a couple of years, I said, "Oh my god, he must have got that from Dragon Ball because he's actually just the female version of the tournament
Mhm.
announcer from Dragon Ball." Like there's even those
Exactly.
small side characters that you can see that he inspired other people to do. It's like not even the main ones; it's even the side ones,
It's
or
the
you know
side
the
characters.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
with me finishing Dressrosa, there's the guy. I think his name's Gats, and he's like the announcer during the
yeah,
Coliseum
Yes.
moment in
Yeah.
Dressrosa, and then
Yeah.
like also during the other big like impactful stuff at the end. And again, he's the exact same character as well, and like what an amazing character to add in, and he was so perfect for the moment.
He like laid the blueprints for all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He planted the seeds, and yeah, Dragon Ball isn't the fruit. The fruit is all what comes after all of that. All of like everything he inspired, he will inspire. That's the fruits of the seed he planted with this series. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's so amazing.
Yeah. Let's not forget, like, even what he did with a character like Vegeta, something that people try to imitate. And I'll say this: there's no better redemption arc than the way he did with Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z. Like the
Facts.
way he wrote him until the end, you kind of said Super is a bit different, so I'm going to take that out. But if you take until the end of Dragon Ball Z, there is something interesting of how you see Vegeta from the beginning to
Mm-hmm.
even what happens in the Buu saga. Like
Yep.
even with that, you even get a context of everything. I'll say this: that speech where Vegeta tells Goku why he despises him. When you're
Mm-hmm.
a kid, you're saying okay, but when you're an adult, you understand what it is to be in someone's shadow, and it's that
Yep.
the
Yeah.
other person's not even trying, and the guy's not even trying. That was a problem. It's not that. It's like he showed never to try, and you're like,
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. How it could be so frustrating to be second best, while the other one seems to be not even taking it seriously.
Yeah. Exactly. No, I mean, and that is arguably one of the, I mean, not even arguably, I would argue, I would say it is the best rivalry in anime. Like, it's done
Yeah.
perfectly. Like, coming
Yeah.
yeah.
from, just like you just said, Vegeta's entire character arc, like, that is just a perfect rivalry. And it's something that can keep going on forever and doesn't get tired when it's written that way.
Right.
Dude. Yeah, Cube, that speech, I heard that today actually about him
Oh, right.
being like, I was surpassed by a lowly Satan, so I made it my life's mission to surpass you, but I didn't realize just how far you would go. Like, it's so good, man. Also, I just read Kishimoto's letter to myself, and that almost fucking got me, dude. That's so sad.
Dude,
Yeah.
Kishimoto's letter, like that one. Oh, that one.
I
It's
heard
tough.
it. I heard
It's
it.
tough.
I heard it's pretty tough. Yeah.
It's a tough one. That one.
Yeah.
It's just
And then-
crazy because like, oh, go ahead, Vince.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say like, after all of this, rewatching Dragon Ball, rereading it, it's gonna hit differently. It's gonna
Oh, yeah.
like all these moments are gonna hit even different, like more differently than now. It's gonna be crazy.
It really, really is.
I think this puts a little more fear on a lot of these other guys who have these long-running animes and mangas who are already in fear of not being able to reach the end. And it
Right,
kind of like
right.
just puts more on your heart about like, are we going to see the ends of these stories that we've been, even they are in fear of not being able to finish for us. It's too surreal.
It's a scary
Also,
topic.
I forgot to shout out Lonely Mage. Thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. We appreciate it, brother. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what happened with Miura. I mean, the guy that makes Berserk, he passed away in 2021.
Right.
Without
Dude,
being
it's
able to
like
finish
if
manga.
That's
It's
another
crazy.
rivalry I was gonna say that rivals Goku and Vegeta is Griffith and Guts. That's another. Yeah, like that's a good rivalry. I'm not gonna lie.
it's
that's a good
something that's
character.
it's very scary. Kind of makes you think of the curse of the comedians with the mangaka. When you think about it, what you've got the creator of Berserk like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh. We have Togashi who's been having those horrible back pain, and he had that tweet a few months ago that scared everyone, saying that if he will never finish the story, or like if he'll be gone before the story's over, his wife will take over. It's very scary when you think about it. Like it's a passing job, but it seems to be also draining a lot. So it's like it's surreal.
The workload is absolutely insane for them, and
Yeah.
Just everything around it. I think a big thing in the last year of anime that I'm happy the conversation is coming up and getting pushed in our faces as much as it is, and with what just happened with Akira, it'll, I think, kind of continue to grow. But with JJK having all the issues about the animation studio and everyone being pushed too hard, all these animes going on hiatus, like right in the middle of their arc or whatever it may be, like the conversation has come up time and time again, and then now with us, suddenly losing some of these mangakas and things like that, it's like, dude, like, yeah, we need to be working on it and getting things done, but also, like, you got to take care of yourself so these things can get done.
Yeah,
and I really hope
1,000%,
that this
man.
just keeps pushing the conversation that way.
Well, that's what's.
1,000%.
I know you're not caught up current to manga with One Piece, but that's what's been going on with Oda lately. Like, he took a break in December to get eye surgery, and he was so worried the fans would be upset, and he was overwhelmed with positive support about, like, no, man, please take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, we're not going to get the story we want.
Absolutely.
And he has, like, just to break it down for you, man, his work schedule, what is it, guys? He sleeps 5 hours a day. 3 of them are at night, and then he takes a 1-hour nap, like, throughout the day, twice.
He barely sees his daughters,
He barely sees his
That's gotta be
daughter.
rough, man.
That
barely sees
I
his
hate to
family.
hear stuff like that, because as much as I love One Piece and want this story out, like, dude, like,
Right. Don't kill yourself.
yeah, don't kill yourself for it, man.
Apparently, like this, before his eye surgery, the last time he had a break was around the time of beginning of Dressrosa. So you guys, people know, because how the pacing is. Dressrosa is like 10 years ago. So that's crazy when you think his eye surgery was like a year ago. They were saying, dude, for 9 years, almost 9 years, and people like the anime takes breaks, but for those who read the manga, weekly, you will realize he's the one who never stops. It's either he'll take a break where he'll send it, but he'll still work on something else to give some time, or Shonen Jump will do the break. But Oda actually never takes a break, so it's 9 years straight.
Well, like
Crazy.
Jacoby said, like I before, like when Oda took his break, I was kind of trying to bring that up to people. Like, should we go to bi-weekly for some of these mangas? And it was a resounding like, no, it's not. We shouldn't. But it's like, after this, maybe that topic needs to be brought up again, man. Like,
well, even bi-weekly mangakas get flooded by fan messages. I read one called Wild Strawberries. It's only like chapter like 18 chapters right now. Very good series. I
Right.
do recommend it. But they're bi-weekly, and the mangaka had to release a apology letter because they missed a chapter, which means a month between the chapters. Which, yeah, that is a long time. But at the same time, why would you have to release an apology letter? Just
You
take the
should
break.
never have to do that. Like
Yeah.
Black
No.
Clover going down to monthly right now. Like I know a lot of people are hurt with Black Clover slowing down a lot, but dude, like if that's what it takes to get the story done in the right way and for you to just, like not kill yourself doing it, come on,
Yeah.
guys. Like
Right.
we can wait a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Berserk fan, man. I will wait years for a chapter. Like,
Yeah.
That's why I'm positive about this, because maybe, just maybe, that topic will be brought up again, and it's less that this has to happen,
Yeah.
but that's just who we are. That's just who we are as people.
well, you
Like, we
could
get
still
knocked out.
do. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Smokey.
No, I was just gonna say, just like the mangas we read, just like the main characters we watch, they get knocked down to get a glow up, and that's just what we need. Is we need one of these to like slap ourselves in the face and be like, okay, hey, maybe we need to slow things down a bit,
Yeah.
just to do it right. We can't
You could
complain
s-
when it's rushed and they don't do it right, but then complain, like we can't have it both ways. So I don't know.
I'm not gonna say what it was though, but like, do you remember when Oda rushed that chapter and he released the unfinished scene? Once again, I'm not gonna say what it was because Jacoby's here.
I know
But, like,
exactly what you mean.
even the unfinished scene looks so fucking good, man. And he's like, "I'm sorry,
Right.
you guys saw my like work lines and stuff." We're like, "Dude,
I was
this
like,
is
beautiful
amazing."
line work, bro.
Yeah, dude, like, whoa, holy
Beautiful.
shit. Like,
Are those action lines?
yeah, like, whoa.
I was like, because I didn't know what happened, so I was like, is Oda bringing back his like old fashioned action line style and stuff like?
Like, yeah.
But then I read it, I was like, oh, okay, great, cool.
Yeah. Okay,
It's
they pushed
crazy,
it.
like it's crazy like for creatives how much pride like we take in our work, and it's
Mhm.
like tough. Like I can totally see, like, me as a musician, I basically hate every song I've ever put out, but people will
Yeah,
say
same.
like, oh,
I
it's
feel
really
that.
good and I enjoy it. But like once I've worked on it for
Fritz
hours
gets
and hours, and like I've
Bro.
gained my abilities since
Never
the last
lose
song I
that.
worked on, I'm
Never
always like,
lose that.
it could be better. And I feel like, Oda and anyone else is like that. So yeah, when they put
Mhm.
out something that they at least to themselves know is unfinished, it hurts to put that kind of art out. But then it's huge to remind yourself, like the community comes around, it's like, dude, no, this is dope, and we're just happy to get your content. Like
Yeah.
people aren't
Right.
necessarily expecting perfection from you all the time, like we try to tell ourselves in our head.
Dude,
Yeah.
Oda's perfect when he's not trying to be perfect. Look at Sabayoti. That is like the perfect example. I think we talked about this last
Yeah.
time we were on Chadmirals, but like in Sabayoti, he invented the worst generation on the fly. Like he
Yeah.
just came up, with 11 characters and dumped them in
Yeah.
the middle of the manga. He was like,
And
"This
he's
is a
just
little
here
boring. I
cooking
need to
on all of
spice
them
it
right
up."
Yeah, here comes 11 new plot points that I just came up with yesterday.
Yep.
Start
Same with the
animating,
7
guys.
warlords. Same
Let
with
me
the
just
7
throw
warlords.
them
He just
into
came
the
up with it
story.
on the fucking spot. He was just like, "All right, yeah, man." Like,
Dude, he made it work.
Actually-
It
actually-
didn't feel like out of place.
Right.
Actually, you know what, Jacoby, since you finished the show, Dressrosa now, you can know that detail. The reason why he added the seven Shishibukai is because he didn't know how to place Crocodile the Flamingo in the story.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Ah, gotcha.
Right.
uh-oh.
They were middle place. They could have been any group, so he
So
had to
that's
create
why
a
you
faction
have
for
like a
it.
character like
And that's
Gecko
the Shishibukai.
Moria that, for all intents and purposes, doesn't matter to the story. Like,
Hey,
Facts,
in a lot of
Hey,
ways,
we
if
we
you will.
He will,
respect
though.
Thriller Bark round these parts, boy.
Listen, I love Thriller Bark. I thought it was a super fun arc, but Gecko Moria himself, not my favorite character.
No, he's not either. He's that's a common thing.
Yeah.
It's a common thing.
No,
He
yeah,
just didn't
like,
use his fruit the right way. Like, if someone else
Mhm.
had that fruit, I feel like they would have been way more OP.
They would be
Here's-
busted.
I know Cody isn't here, but I have to carry his agenda. Here's looking at you, Smoker. Learn how to use your fucking fruit.
Yeah.
Like I'm just saying.
Taking too
You
many
know how to
L's,
use
bro.
it.
I'm
Um,
tired of seeing a smoker get smoked.
Before we talk
Dude.
more about One Piece, though, I do want to shift the focus back to Akira Toriyama and Dragon Ball. So, guys, give me some of your like favorite arcs in Dragon Ball, like just 2 or 3 of them, or something. You know what I mean? Just
Ooh.
talk about your favorite arc in Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z
I'll
or Dragon
start-
Ball
I'll-
Super even. Tell me for
I'll
all
start.
3.
I'll start with the World Tournament arc. That's one of my favorite. Like,
Mhm.
Go, dude.
tournament arcs in anime in general are they just speak to my soul, right?
Yeah.
But man, like I love the way Toriyama did it, and like my favorite arc other than that is like Cell Games is peak, man. Like
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that doesn't like Dragon Ball that doesn't like Cell Games. Like
was
Cell games
perfect.
is where it was at.
Perfect.
It was where it's at. That's my. Those are mine.
Absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Hey, good play. Good play on those words.
Uh, perfect. Perfection. Yeah, I really like the Cell
Well,
arc, man. Cube.
yeah, for me, it's also the Cell arc, but for me, there's a specific moment. So first of all, to give the context, remember when Cell, the imperfect Cell, and Piccolo first fight, and Cell
Yeah.
explained that he's basically he has all of their DNAs, so he's like the better version of them, and so it's
Yeah.
the same perfect Cell versus Vegeta, and it's when he's basically too weak against Vegeta, and he starts using on his ego. And I've seen it many times. I've seen it. Okay, like he's just playing on Vegeta's ego. But when Vegeta lets him go, you could see a smirk. And then I realized Cell actually was beating Vegeta on the mind games because he has also his DNA. It's like I like that scene. Is because it's not just he didn't beat him by fighting. Literally, Vegeta versus Semi Perfect Cell. Vegeta lost. It was a game of the mind.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for me, it's an amazing scene, and this is something you can only see if you've been reading or watching Dragon Ball Z since you're 10 years old, and now you're in your
Exactly.
30s.
Super
You need
subtle.
to watch. It's very super subtle. So I have different great moments, but I think this is a very beautiful moment because it's just something I like about One Piece. Sometimes it's not about being the strongest.
Right.
It's just wanting it more. What you're willing to do to
The
want it
will.
more. Yeah.
The will.
That
Yeah.
smirk. That smirk gave it away. Like I remember what you're talking about.
Okay,
Right when I seen that
Blackbeard,
smirk,
calm down. Like,
I
whatever
remember
you're
like
willing
this
to do.
ominous
Okay.
feeling.
Like,
Whoa, you reading the chat?
oh yeah, chill, Cube. What are you about to do here? No, dude, no, you're right. Like, I think one of my favorite moments in the entirety of the Cell games is definitely Android 16 sacrifice. Like, that's probably my favorite.
Mhm.
moment.
Mm.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, if we're
Heavy.
talking Cell games, like him telling Gohan, like, just explaining his love for birds and like why
Yeah.
every life on Earth is precious, dude.
Mhm.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm starting to laugh because I'm thinking of TFS Abridged when he's like, after this is done, if I'm alive, pick up my head and beat your father to death with it. It's like, that's another amazing accomplishment of the Dragon Ball community, guys. Is TFS Abridged? I'm sure all of us have seen it or know
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, like it's a staple, like in the Dragon Ball Z community. Like, and that's just a monument.
absolutely. It kept Dragon Ball alive in like the massive amount of time we weren't getting. New
Where's
content.
Goku?
Yeah, where's Goku? Is he a bird? Strange duck, get out of here unless you want to die. When he's yelling at Krillin, he keeps calling him a duck. Like,
Right.
but no, also great moment in the Cell saga is Tien Shinhan standing up the Cell, doing the King Koho and like blowing him up just repeatedly. Like, oh my god, man.
Yeah. For me, like, so best arc is going to be the Cell games. Like, I can't stray away from that. That was just so fire. But honorable moments, I mean, obviously the one, like when Krillin gets taken out by Frieza and Goku just loses it. Like, he did generally just get like that angry for the first time. I mean, everybody knows where the hell you were the first time you saw Goku go Super Saiyan.
Smokey, we were just talking about that.
Like you know where you were at, dude. Like that was like that is burned in my head. And then also like, and this might be a hot take according to the internet, especially right now, but I like Dragon Ball Super as well. Like,
so do I.
Yes, the animation's a little
So do
different, but like the Broly movie is arguably the best anime movie of all time, bro. That Broly movie is just if you like shonen, like assuming we're taking movies like Your Name and Weathering with You out of the equation, like the animation in that is unreal, and the Tournament of Power was so fucking sick, dude. Like, I loved that. Like that, I mean, for me and like my friends and my roommates, we were as hype watching that as I felt like I was when I was a kid. So I'm honestly just sad we're not getting more Super. I want more of that.
Yeah, I want more of the anime really bad. The manga is really good though, from what I hear. I've not read past the Tournament of Power arc in the manga, but like I've heard it's really, really good. Everything that comes after it. Also, shout out John Sherrod JJ on all social medias as John Sherrod. He will be on the Last Arc Saturday with us, breaking the break week, and it's gonna be a good time.
Let's go.
I agree, man. I watch TFS at least once a year, like the whole thing at least once a year. Like, oh, it's so good.
Have you guys seen the videos going around like on like people asking the voice actors about the Team 4-star stuff and the abridged things. Have you seen these videos?
No.
There's a viral video. There's actually two that I've seen. One with someone talking to Christopher Sabat, and one talking to, and I hate to forget the guy's name, but the voice actor for Goku in English.
Sean
The,
Schemmel.
Yes, the English VA shut that shit down. He was like, honestly, like, I hate to say it, but like I cannot be a fan and support it at all because it's technically theft. Like he was standing like heavy on like
Yeah.
10 tones down about it.
Yeah. He's like, I can't, and he even did say, he's like, look, if I wasn't still working currently as Goku and like continuing this brand, maybe I could sit back and enjoy it, but currently right now I can't. On the flip side, Christopher Sabat thought that shit was cool as fuck, and he said he let the dude come up on stage. It was the guy from Team 4-star who does Vegeta's voice, and he came up on stage and he's like, I want to be a Super Saiyan.
That's fire.
That's so good. Fritz, what was your favorite arc in Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super?
It's so iconic when we was young and like still didn't have any foreknowledge, and we were sitting there and watching them on freaking Planet Namek, just getting obliterated. Fucking Goku training to death in like 300 times the gravity and just going wild. It was just wild, dude. And then I remember when like there was like hints and stuff of coming, and then my dad come home with like 10 freaking VHSs of like all the foreground stuff, nothing that we've seen on television yet. And I was like, man,
when the Boo saga hit VHS.
Even with the Android stuff, like it was like early.
Because I saw the Android saga way before it came out on TV, and then I saw the Cell saga as it was coming out on TV. I don't think I ever.
I'll tell you my.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Smokey.
What I was gonna say is, I'll tell you guys my favorite filler moment. It was like when PyCon. I always bring this up when PyCon was like whooping everybody's ass in that little tournament. And
Yes.
PyCon he's like geek, man. He's like one of my favorite characters.
My favorite filler is, and I know this is a hot take because people hate this episode, when Piccolo and Goku go get their driver's license. Like, I know everyone hates it, but it's just so fucking stupid, dude. I love it.
Oh, my tractor!
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, my tractor!
Dude, Chi-Chi's logic sometimes is so weird. Why have him a driver's license when he has instant transmission and he can fly? And he needs a car. Like, what?
Imagine how frustrating driving would be if you have instant transmission and you can fly.
Exactly.
Like,
It's
like
like
Barry
having
Allen.
Hercule.
I'm sitting in traffic.
You can fly off.
I'm sitting
like
in traffic
being
for
Barry
45
Allen, the
minutes,
Flash.
and I can fly 600 miles per hour. Like,
I would not want to be a speedster in any fictional verse at all because it's just so frustrating. You gotta like, it's like watching the sloth guy from what's that pet movie? The Disney pet movie. It's like must be frustrating.
My favorite filler actually is more comedies than anything else, and it's a scene. It's 2 episodes, but together is they're just before the Cell games. Is when Gohan meets Tao Pai Pai, and he says,
yeah.
you remind him of someone. A guy called Goku says, "Oh, he's my dad," and then he just leaves. And then a week later on, he comes across a guy and he says, "Who are you?" He says, "It's me, it's Goku." Tao Pai Pai, and he goes, "Oh no, oh no." It just cracks me up. The only smart villain that comes back and realizes I have to dip out. I can't take him.
I can do this.
I can't play this game.
He's hella smart for that, like for real.
My favorite arc though is actually not from Dragon Ball Z. In Cube, you've heard me go on and on about this. So has Fritz many a times. It is the Red Ribbon Saga from the original Dragon Ball anime.
W, bro. W.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole
Ader,
saga, the whole Dragon Ball saga is fire.
Dude, well, when he meets Ader, and like I said earlier, even I already mentioned it on stream, when Ader like tells him like you can't take him out because you'll end up just being like him. Like that sticks with Goku until like everything we've seen in Super.
Forever.
Like, yeah, forever.
That caused ripples in the anime universe in all of time.
Exactly.
That's wild, right?
It's such a good.
I want to rewatch that. I want to go rewatch that.
Yeah, dude, him going over and like fighting like Commander Blue and all of them, and like climbing the tower at Red Ribbon Army headquarters, and like it's so good. And then when you watch that and then go through Z and watch the Android saga and you see Dr. Giro and you see the androids and shit, that's why I prefer the beginning of the Cell saga to the latter half, because I love the Red Ribbon Army saga so much.
Because it has the OG tie-in.
Yeah, because it has that tie-in, man. It's so good.
The feels.
Yeah, dude, and then Cell is the perfect weapon of the Red Ribbon Army. Like, it's so wild to me, man. Yeah, that's probably my favorite art. My favorite.
Kid Goku is just a G, bro.
Yeah,
He's
dude,
just
he is. He literally destroys.
Like, we
the
all
entire
remember
army
that
by
Bulma.
himself. Like,
yeah. We all remember that Bulma, incident. I'm like, that's a G, dude. Like, that's a G. You know what I'm talking about, Lucas?
Yeah, yes, I do. My favorite moment, though, in all of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, is Vegeta's sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like that during Boo. Like, it's so good, man. So good. And him like just being like, even you, Kakarot. It's like, oh, okay.
Even you, Kakarot. Dude, that one. That's how you know it's real. That's the first time you even like hear him give him some flowers, pretty much.
Yes, dude. And 3-Day in the chat. Yeah, Muscle Tower. When he's going through Muscle Tower, oh my god. Or when he fights the pirate robot, like, that's good as hell too. Tekken was talking about that earlier, and I was like, what?
There's actually something before we were talking about the Vegeta speech. This is why I love Akira's style, which I think a lot of, especially Oda copied it, is diffusing a strong moment with something not funny, but just, it's Vegeta. So you make his whole speech about Goku, why he despises him, and you're like, oh, I feel you, Vegeta. And then he ends with, every breath you take is an insult to my honor. You're like, okay, dude, you're taking too far. It's like, this is what I like about Dragon Ball. And sometimes you're like so invested, and you're okay, dude. I remember when I was an adult, and I remember that moment, and I said, oh my god, Vegeta, come on. I was with you until now.
Yeah, like, chill, bro.
The last chapter in Super, I think it was like one of the last chapters of Super that just came out, made the events of the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie canon. And it made the part where Vegeta beats Goku while training canon.
Mm-hmm.
So Vegeta has now canonically beaten Goku.
Canonically, yep.
I love it. I'm here
and
for
he
it.
actually just just yells and like gets lit about it. He's like, I actually beat you, like, in your face, basically. Like, he gives you like the so childish, like, I fucking won thing. Like,
dude,
I
can't wait to see that. Really, I can't wait for that.
It's so good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much content in the Dragon Ball Super manga right now, which is like what blows me away, that like we aren't getting more anime right now. Like, I understand that like Toriyama, I guess, wanted to focus on Daima and like was more excited about that story than not. And hell yeah, of course, like, very, very happy for that. But I'm like, we can't use the excuse that we're not getting Super because it's too close to the manga anymore. There's like 2 or 3 arcs, I think, in Super. Like
the one after the Tournament of Power, the Morrow arc. I've heard everyone says it's one of the best arcs, not only in Dragon Ball Super, but in like all of Dragon Ball.
In the whole story, I'm saying, I've heard nothing but praises about that. And then like Granola, I think, is what comes after that. I'll be honest, like, I'm someone who doesn't mind Dragon Ball Super spoilers whatsoever.
Yeah, same.
So I'll definitely watch the video and like see.
It doesn't ruin it, right?
Gohan's lit in the manga. I'm like, let me see what's up. Like,
it's like Gohan has gone beast mode in the manga, and it's like, okay. Tell me more.
Show me.
Let's go. No, dude, seeing Superhero Live was amazing. Everyone was so pumped in that theater, dude.
Oh, yes, dude.
Same with Broly.
Mm-hmm. Like, Broly was insane, dude. The theater was loud for
packed.
Broly.
Packed.
So like, I want to give their flowers, because it's like anime, manga, right? Movies, and then not only those 3, but video games. And like Dragon Ball, the whole saga is so spread throughout the world. Like, there's so many people who learn the story just through the video games. Yeah. Like, the Budokai video games alone taught so many people about the story.
Iconic.
Like, crazy, man. It's so crazy what he's done.
Yeah.
It's like, will never be done.
Like, being the best at manga, arguably the best at anime for a time, and also kind of the best in fighting video games. Because, like, I'm not going to lie, I grew up on Mortal Kombat and shit, but playing Budokai Tenkaichi 3 was probably
let's go.
3's the best.
3's the best. 3's the best. Let's go.
3's the best. We all agree. 3's the best.
Clean, sweet, dude.
You'd be sitting
How many
there,
controllers did you break over that fucking
I was about to say, you'd be sitting there going...
Yes. Oh my
Beam
god,
struggling.
my palms are
Raditz
like
is just like,
blistered up, bro.
Is it is
Yeah, like-
is
Oh,
it
I hate Raditz, bro.
is it the one I just there's one that traumatized me. It's the one with Kid Buu, who was literally Kid Buu was like on steroids on that game.
oh yeah,
Impossible
dude.
to beat. I think it's that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kid Buu traumatized me. He was impossible. Like he was on. I don't know. He was on something.
Cocaine.
Raditz, like he
That's what I hear at
traumatized
least.
me, man.
Mhm.
Raditz, yeah, when you're trying to
Yeah,
get
I'm
in
talking
between, like
deep.
Jacoby was saying. it's like-
Exactly, dude. Yeah, when you're holding them like that.
Yeah.
Something
It's
that's
so
lost.
Who was your guys' character?
Something
your
that's
guys'
lost
character
on.
that
Ooh,
game?
my bad, bro.
That was.
Something that is like lost on current video games, I think, because like people got mad about it. I understand, but like what was fun about the Budokai games is you can pick a character that is wildly more powerful than another character. Like the characters aren't all evened out
Yeah.
like they try to do these days. Like if you're Super Saiyan, 4 Vegeta or some shit like that, like you're gonna be better than Kid Gohan. Like it's just gonna happen.
You're gonna be better
Like,
than Pan. Like, it's,
yeah, exactly. You're gonna
it's gonna
beat
go
the
down.
shit out of Pan, and that
But
was
like,
so
if you
fun.
wanted to, you could also give Hercule a jetpack and a blaster, and you could
Facts.
whoop the entire verse, dude.
100%.
Right.
Piss
It
people
was
off.
insane.
And that's how it would happen in the anime, in the manga itself.
Yeah.
That's canon.
Yeah.
That's canon.
Canon. Yeah,
And
canon.
also, but I'm happy for that you said that. The one thing I like about the Dragon Ball game is, contrary to the other like Naruto Storm games, I love them, but the fact that you always had the same jutsus always bothered me. And in some of the games, you could alter. You had certain amount of capsule you can have, so you were able to be original,
Mhm.
and that I
Yep.
liked. I like that. Something that, like you said, Jacoby, it's missing nowadays. Now it's like everything's the same. It's like
Yeah,
I love
everything's
Naruto
way
Storm
too
games.
even.
It gets boring after 6 months because it's the same jutsus.
Bro, I remember the first time I beat like the game, and the only way I was able to do it is drop half the capsules I was using for my powers, and I literally stacked like 3 senso beans on that motherfucker, and like I had to use every single one, bro.
Yep.
And it was like in hard mode, and I was getting dog whoop, but I was like, I did it, dude. 3 senso beans deep.
3 Sensu beans.
Dude,
Sensu bean!
that's what I'm saying. Even the video games, it's so crazy. It's
Well,
so
we were
wild. We
talking
all
about
have
like
stories.
how like Goku will be remembered and stuff like that after like he's gone and Dragon Ball will, but like Goku as a character himself is a cultural icon. Like
Mhm.
when you think of like superheroes and shit, you think of Batman, yeah, Spider-Man and stuff, but you think of Goku as well because he's not
Yeah.
like it's not just Western countries. Like Goku is international. He is huge in
Yeah,
Latino
absolutely.
communities.
Yeah.
He's huge in like POC communities. Like Dragon Ball Z as a whole, like not only as a franchise, is just across the map.
It just
Like-
touched everything. Like
Yeah, it
you could
touched
show
everything.
a Naruto character and someone not know it, but you could show someone like Goku and they're gonna be like, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's Goku.
That's Goku.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Goku.
Yeah.
They
The-
knew him in Greenland when I went to Greenland in 2018. A lot of the Inuits, the natives, they knew Goku. They
See,
read
that's
their
amazing, dude. Like what a
Yeah.
wild corner of the world to reach.
It's like
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse.
The-
It's like Mickey Mouse. Like you see Mickey Mouse, you go, "That's Mickey Mouse."
Iconic.
You see Goku, you go, "That's Goku."
Iconic.
Iconic, exactly. Iconic.
the biggest like video game slash manga franchise in Belgium where I live is called Dragon Toys. It's everywhere, and it's literally based off Dragon Ball. But it has everything. Yeah, it's like it's so iconic that it is. It's like
Yeah. It's wild to think about, man. It really is.
But I wanted to touch on something about Super that I like a lot about Super is there's something that we learn in Dragon Ball is the first lesson that Master Roshi teaches Goku. He tells him that just because you beat your last opponent doesn't mean that the fight ends. And this is something that you kind of see in Super. You kind of see that the other Saints are not the same way. Then you realize Gohan is not the same way, and it's because you realize that's not a Saint trait of Goku. It's the same trait. It's a trait that he got from what's his name, from Master Roshi. And who are the other people who still kind of train all the time? Krillin. And you think about it, what's the common for Krillin? He's the longest term student with Goku of Master Roshi, so it makes sense. And this is what I like about Super, because even though on the first watch I wasn't a big fan, but if you watch a few times, it's subtle, but you can see that he's bringing back old school stuff from Dragon
Yeah.
Ball.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
The callbacks are absolutely there, and Krillin effectively becomes the strongest human of all time. I mean,
Yeah.
Krillin
I've
is
always
nothing to
said that.
scoff at. It's just unfortunate for him he's hanging out with gods.
Yeah.
Right.
And not only that, like, let's
I've
be
always
real.
said Krillin
Krillin
the
is
strongest.
one of the Yeah, he's one of the best dads in all of anime as well. Like he
Oh,
loves his
facts.
family so much. Cube, you're talking about that though. My favorite thing they brought back from Dragon Ball and all of Dragon Ball Super, I cry every time I see the scene, is when Goku is training before the multiverse or before the Tournament of Power at Baba D's house and or Baba's house, and he's fighting in the air. But if you look closely, he's mimicking the fight that he had as a child with the ghost of his grandfather. Like he's doing the exact
Wow.
same movements and everything.
Are
Oh
you
wow,
serious?
I
I
didn't
didn't.
know
I didn't
that.
catch that.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
catch
Amazing.
that.
yeah.
Wow.
It's
That's
one of the
deep.
best
And
scenes,
he's
and
still
you can see
shadow
him.
boxing Gohan, son.
Yeah, yeah. He's
That's
still
beautiful.
shadowboxing Grandpa Gohan. Yeah,
Gohan, Grandpa Gohan. Shout out to that character. I'll give you my favorite. My favorite is when Krillin knocks off Gohan from that little mini island with that little solar flare.
oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yes, dude, that was a
Dude,
great moment.
because Gohan was just purely like laughing in his face, and he's like, "All right, I got you, bro. And check this out. Like, don't scoff at me.
Do you remember when
No
Yeah,
big
Krillin
Krillin
tells
was
him?
getting laughed at. Did not
Yeah,
deserve
when
it.
when he told Goku to punch him as hard as he could, and Goku's like, I don't want to kill you, bro. And he like
Yeah,
punches
bro.
him in the face, and he still like takes it. Krillin just takes
Krillin's
it.
my favorite. Krillin's my favorite character. He's always been my favorite since day
Yeah.
one. Like, he's always
Him
been
and
my
18
favorite.
are like a power couple, dude. Like it's
Oh my
Slapping.
insane.
And
That's
Slapping.
actually.
dude,
I
go
I
ahead.
don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to switch the conversation. Well, actually, I'm about to switch the conversation. So you go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying 18. The fact that like they might have clowned on Krillin a lot in the show, but Krillin got 18, so like you can't say shit about
Joke's
him.
on you.
Yeah, joke's on you, dude. Like look at what he's got. So
Exactly. And I
Yeah.
don't want to bring up GT too much. I don't know how everyone feels about it.
Bro,
I
I'm
like
down with
2018.
GT.
I'm down.
I'm down.
I'm
I
not, but
fucking love that shit. I didn't know why so many people were mad, dude. Like, just get over yourself.
Dude, Super Saiyan 4 is the best transformation in Dragon Ball.
I don't agree.
I do not agree with that, but
I don't know.
A
I
lot
think
of
it is.
I respect it.
A
I
lot of
really
those
think it is.
arcs,
It looks the coolest, dude.
a lot of those arcs though are good. Like the baby arc is really good. I really enjoyed the Super 17 arc as well because of Krillin and 18 in that when like he kills them and
Yeah.
like, oh, dude,
Dude,
Krillin's
I just
just
love the
trying to
fact that
protect
Vegeta
his
went evil
daughter.
again,
Like,
bro.
My favorite is 3. That to me is my
Super
favorite.
Saiyan 3. That's fair, dude. I won't argue
this
against
is
that
going
one
to
because
go
that's
beyond.
It's
Like,
3.
he just
It's
screams
this is
for
my
15
order.
minutes.
It goes 3, 1, and then 4. 1 is just
Word.
purely
It wasn't
iconic.
even on the
you know?
map.
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah.
bro, 7th
No
grade,
one-
looking up Super Saiyan 1000, bro.
Yeah,
For real.
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
Well, the OG like Super Saiyan 5, 6, 7s where his hair's going like it does go blue, but it's like super long and like they had him in like the gladiator fits, dude. I miss those.
Hair
I
going
never
out
seen
to like
one.
16
Yeah,
miles
like
away.
hair, like going like wide.
I
and
wanted
shit
I
like
wanted
that.
Saiyan armor so bad as a kid. I would have fought somebody for it. You know what I
Dude.
mean? Like,
I remember playing the damn games for the old school consoles, dude. Not now, but I remember playing it with my cousin, bro. And just
The
seeing
one on, like,
characters
Super
I didn't even
Nintendo?
know existed, bro. And I was just like,
Dude,
what the hell?
Do you remember
is
that?
going on?
They dropped that PlayStation 1 fighting game in like 98 or 90. No, it wasn't that. It was like 2000, 2001, right? They dropped this PlayStation fighting game. It's a Dragon Ball Z game. And in the anime, we had only seen like up to the Namek saga at this point. And it had like everyone through the Boo saga in it. And everyone was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Who are these
Who are
people?
all these characters?
Who is Gotenks?
Supreme
Who is
Kai and his
Gotenks?
buddy, dude, and like all the legendary crazy androids that we didn't know existed.
who's that guy?
Who's that guy?
Android 19.
You know, actually, there's something that I just remembered, and it's something that I really love, and it's the relationship between Vegeta and Gohan. And it's very subtle, but if you look at it, at the end of the Cell Saga, Vegeta gives his condolences to Gohan, and you can see that he actually respects Gohan. And when he finds out, they only like people don't realize that
Fair, JJ.
there are 2 times where he got really sad at one point is when he had to what he did to his son, but before that is when he heard that Gohan was taken out, and he stopped for a second. And you could see and it's Vegeta, and for a second Vegeta, you could see he was mourning Gohan, And it's like you could see that's why I like the subtle stuff. Like I really like that relationship. And then you kind of understand why he was so upset at Gohan, not training, not honing his skills, and it wasn't about being the strongest. Is that he knew how Gohan lost his father. You know better. You should be always the best of your game to protect the people you love. But it's Vegeta, so he's not gonna say that. But it's very subtle. I love that relationship between Gohan and Vegeta. Like Vegeta really sees the real Gohan more than Goku.
I want to ask everybody a question.
Yeah.
What is everybody's favorite attack? Like singular attack, not just like.
Regular attack.
We go.
I'm gonna
we're
hold on.
talking
I'm
like-
gonna add a condition. I'm gonna add a condition.
Yeah,
1 second.
Vegeta's attacks always were fire, dude.
1 second though. I'm gonna add a condition. No one can say the Kamehameha wave because we all know it's iconic.
Yeah.
I'm talking Vegeta, bro. Like his attacks,
You
dude.
are.
Galagun.
Galagun, Big Bang Blast.
Yeah.
Final Flash. I'm sorry. The Final Flash against Cell.
No,
Like,
Buster
oh my
King
Yes.
was
god.
drunk, wasn't it?
Against Cell.
Fire. Mine's is the Destructo. Straight through. Yes, the
Which one?
Destructo disc. The Destructo disc. Those are my
Destructo disc.
fire.
Goated.
I liked Frieza's ability where he put Goku in that ball, dude, and bounced him around.
That was fire. That was fire.
That was suspenseful as hell, dude. It was like,
Yeah.
what the hell? It was like Destructo Disc, but with like more moves.
Yeah.
This
Wild.
special beam cannon. It's the Maseko.
Dude.
I know. But
It's
the-
such a cold. It's such a cold attack, man.
Yeah, it is, dude.
Pierces you right through the.
Frieza's
Dude.
death ball though.
Yeah,
That's all.
The
Yeah.
death ball is terrifying, dude. Frieza
Yeah.
just puts that finger up and an entire planet forms above him with
Like,
that
yeah.
damn
Oh, man.
contempt. You got it, bro.
Yeah.
Like this Frieza's
Yeah.
pissed off looking at you, bro. Like that shit is crazy.
Even his finger laser, dude, is insane because he's just like,
yes, dude, the finger
and
laser.
like you're dead.
Beef.
Obviously, you
The
gotta
perfect
throw out-
Kamehameha was fire too. The perfect
It's not-
Kamehameha.
I don't think it's a name. It's a name attack, but there's one move. I think it's so cold. It's like one of the best moves I've ever seen. Is when Trunks takes out Frieza with his blade and
Oh,
just
yeah.
starts slashing him.
Yeah, he's just like,
Yeah,
and then Frieza falls apart.
Dude,
Oh,
And then
dude.
Goku plays finger sword, bro. Like,
Yeah. He's like,
let me ask you guys this: do you guys remember the attack that what is it? Gogeta does on Janemba? It's like this sparkly like punch, like jet punch that he does. Like it's so crazy. I gotta
I
look
know
it
what
up,
you're
but it's
talking
like
about. I don't know what they called it.
didn't he
Yeah.
have one that
Right.
had a beam sword as a hand?
I don't know, but this one was like a
that's Goku
sparkly
Black
like.
in.
Yeah, I
Wild.
was gonna say like
No.
Rose Goku or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I
whenever
think
did
they
that.
originally had a move like that when he was fighting Boo.
Maybe.
I can't argue against it. I don't know for sure.
My favorite
Right.
Trunks
Yo,
attack, I don't know the name of it, but it's the one where he like does the weird hand movements first. He's just like boom, and then like blows him the fuck up. It's like, what are you doing?
Right, that was sick.
He does.
JJ
He, like,
JJ
does-
in the-
it's, like a,
Gohan.
it's like a final flash. He's like boom, and then just shoots
Right,
the middle.
right.
Like, it's so good. JJ, coolest moment ever is the instant transmission Kamehameha wave. No, dude, the best Kamehameha wave is the father-son Kamehameha wave. against
Father
the
son,
Yes.
yes. I'm sorry. That second is the Kamehameha way, but father son.
Father, son,
Yeah.
Kamehameha.
Yeah,
God,
But-
such a perfect moment.
Also,
JJ,
I will
I
every
would-
single time Master Roshi does a Kamehameha.
yes.
that
insane.
shit just-
When he
it's
bulks
just
up, and it's
different.
just like boom.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
dude. And it's like
different.
he
It hits
just like gets the
different.
position. It feels more classic every time, dude.
Yes.
What were
every
you
time.
saying,
But-
Cube?
I was gonna say, but JJ, I will say this because even though I prefer the father son, it was such a poker move from Goku on how to trick. Like even Cell thought that Goku
Oh,
got crazy. Everyone said, okay, he's willing to do, and he was like, and then when you see him that instant transmission and you see Cell's face, it was the first time that Cell was like in his perfection mode with his an ego that even surpasses the level of Vegeta and Frieza together, which that says a lot.
Which is
Yeah.
nuts.
You can even see, we've seen his face, like even he realized, oh no,
Oh, Brothership got it right. So that attack I was talking about is called Soul Punisher. Yes.
Soul Punisher, yeah.
Yes. That like aesthetically, it just looked beautiful. Like I
Oh,
don't
dude,
know. And
JJ, the Tri-Beam too, the Kin Koho, like it's so
Ooh.
good, man. Like it's so good.
What about
Come
Wolfgang?
on.
Wolfang
Put
Fist
some
is
respect
iconic
on
too, dude.
Wolfgang
Yeah, you
Fist,
gotta
man.
put some respect on Wolfang
Wolfgang
Fist.
Fist.
Yamcha great again.
Okay,
Really,
I have a
though?
question.
Make
I have
Yamcha
a
great again.
I have an important question.
The stream is
What
so
is
peak.
even
It would
even
be
with
bad.
movies? Oh yeah, sorry.
No,
Go
go ahead,
first. I'll go after you.
Oh,
I was
movies.
gonna ask a question saying that taking movies into account, which one is your favorite fusion form?
Ooh, ooh,
Taking movies into account.
that's
Go
hard.
Tanks. Go Tanks is my favorite
Go
fusion.
Tanks.
I know it's
Yeah.
like a common
Honestly,
take, but
dude,
like
that's
I
fair.
love Go Tanks.
That's fair.
Like,
Super Saiyan 3 Go Tanks though. That's
Yeah,
that's
I
what I'm
had
saying.
to
Like because
specify.
with all the other
Facts.
ones, it's always like
That
we have
donor
to
ring?
do it. Like, well, yeah, well, with all the other fusions, it's always like we have to fuse to like defeat this bad person just this one time. Gotenks is just like, no, we fuse it just to
We're
clap
fun.
on
We're just
motherfuckers.
here
Like,
to fuck around.
like he
Yeah,
does
but
not
it never
care. He's like,
worked.
all right.
I
It
never
doesn't. It
worked.
doesn't.
I
Well,
know,
no, in
but that's
Super,
why I love
he's
it.
doing it. They're doing it as teenagers in Super, and they can be Gotenks for like fucking forever, dude. It's
Right,
wild.
Right. It's wild. Nobody ever pays attention to that. Like
Bro.
they're just having fun. I love
Yeah, they're
it.
just out
that's
here
my
being like,
favorite.
we're two guys,
They
but we're
need to
also
make
one
Yamcha
guy.
great again, bro.
Yeah,
they need
make
to have
Yamcha
everybody
great
else
again.
treated the little kids, and like Yamcha, the only one not affected, and he's just like babysitting all the guys, bro. Just
He did
Funny.
Dragon Ball
That's-
Daima where Gohan picks up Piccolo, like a child Piccolo, and throws him at a mountain, like Piccolo did to him as a child. Just to be like, payback's a bitch. Like, Gohan just chucking Piccolo.
I just came up with his own little like headcanon from what you just mentioned, Lucas. Like another crazy thing that I don't think I ever noticed in the Dragon Ball world is that the relationship with Goten and Trunks is the exact opposite of the relationship of Goku and Vegeta.
Vegeta.
Where
Yep.
like they want to work together and see how powerful they can get, whereas Goku and Vegeta are working separately to see how powerful they can separately get. And I just never even put together
Yeah, like,
that little like
they
dichotomy
despise
there, and that's
joining
freaking
together.
brilliant.
Yeah,
Right.
they despise joining together, but Goten and Trunks are just like, nah, this is my bro, and together we're one
Yeah, we're
bro.
just
bro.
Let's
gonna
go.
regardless.
Yeah,
Whether we
like,
hate it or not, we're fusing.
yeah, well,
My bro.
we're fighting
Yeah,
each
they're
other.
so
We're
cool.
entering 3 times. Once is Goten, once is Trunks, and once is Gotenks. Like, let's go.
Facts.
Yeah, and my answer is also Gotenks because I'll say this. I think Gotenks is the only character where I think I like every technique that he has. Between the donut technique, between the
Mhm.
ghost, between the volleyball move he
bro,
did.
don't get me
like,
started on
The
them
Sonic
ghosts, bro.
Scream.
Them ghosts
dude.
are peak in the games. Those
Dude,
ghosts
those ghosts
do
are
damage.
nasty in the games.
They do
You get a
damage.
ghost.
And they like home. They like home at you, and you try
Yeah.
to buzz off. They like track
Like he
you.
just wants a haka loogie, bro, and then they just come out shiesty.
I know.
Shiesty.
A shiesty loogie.
Dicey ass boy, dude.
No, the Sonic
However, there's-
Scream when he breaks out of the time chamber, bro, like, that's
Mhm.
insane. It's insane.
That's insane.
We all
However,
wanted a
there's some-
hyperbolic chamber. We all wanted one as kids.
Oh,
Right,
honestly.
dude.
Gotenks
Yeah.
broke it, dude. It's an infinitely powered room, and a child broke it. Well, a combination of 2 children, but nonetheless, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
I
wild.
was
Like,
like,
thanks to
gonna say-
denial, I'm invulnerable.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a hard question. Hyperbolic chamber or just a Nimbus cloud? Like, what do you? And this is going like if you could write it, of course. Like we all know, we're not.
As
We're
much as
not
I would
pure
love to
heart.
say I could write a Nimbus, I don't think I can write a Nimbus, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't that
I'm
pure.
falling straight
Yeah.
through.
No,
I
I'm
couldn't
gonna
even
fall
look at
through
it.
that bad boy.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
like-
holodecking up that time chamber, pure will, son. I mean, infinite possibilities.
If we're
sure.
saying that I can write it, then I'm taking the Nimbus Cloud a million fucking times.
Yeah,
Because like we were talking about
the-
earlier, I'm never sitting in traffic again, bro. Like,
Yeah,
Facts.
I'm gonna say
exactly.
this.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say this. No fan of shonens, real fan of shonens, could ride as Nimbus. I'm sorry. There's been those moments where we had an impure thought, and impure thought is even thinking bad about someone,
God.
hating a
Oh,
character.
no, absolutely. Absolutely.
Dude, my
Yeah.
bedroom
Oh,
as a
man.
12-year-old. My bedroom as a
Yeah.
12-year-old looked like a Jackson Pollock painting. There's no way I'm riding a Nimbus.
Facts.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Just the way I felt
Turn
when I
on the
read
black
that
light.
final
It's for
panel
show.
of the of the first Dragon Ball manga where it shows Bulma that one time.
Yeah,
That
like,
alone is
God.
enough for me to know I'm never riding a damn Nimbus. Dude, I was 12 years
I'm
old, like,
done.
shit.
yeah, exactly. Like,
Is this what
yeah.
manga is? I'm in.
Is this what manga is? I'm in. People, why do you like anime? When I was younger, it's like, have you not fucking seen it? Like,
Yeah, that's true.
There's something that always bothers me in the world of Dragon Ball. I think it's the one plot hole. But I'm happy in Cell
I'll be
Game they
right
kind of
back,
address this. Why isn't Goku and the Z Warriors on a watch list? I'm sorry. They've like I'm sure at one point someone would have snapped a photo of them. And I did like in the Cell
Oh,
game the
facts,
president
facts.
recognizing Goku. But I would say that they should have been on some sort of watch list, or they make a storyline where they use a Dragon Ball to make people forget the certain events, you know, so they can live in
Mhm.
peace. Because it
No,
was
you're
just
totally
weird.
right. That is a bit of a plot hole. Like,
Like-
there's no way these dudes are secret when they're the protectors of the planet.
The first fight with the androids. Remember what happened to that town? That town just started burning down, like
Yeah,
exploding.
the town's gone.
God.
and then Cell.
God.
Oh,
was like-
I'm muted.
Like, how are you messing up the planet and still a secret?
Yeah.
Right?
That
Yeah,
town's
like,
gone.
Shout
and
out
then
Hercule for saving the world for the 7th time.
Yeah.
Seventh time.
Excuse me, don't you mean Mr. Satan? Hail
Mr.
Satan!
Satan, my bad,
Hail
my bad.
Satan!
With some
All right, let's
respect.
not go there, bro.
But, you know, actually, I know, guys. There's a part of me that really
Toriyama would
that
have
would have
laughed
loved.
at that, okay? Like, just saying.
You know, there's a,
You guys said there
There's a-
wasn't any trolling, but there was one trolling that I kind of like, I almost believed, and I still, in heart, do believe, dude. It was the Mexican cartels announced a ceasefire.
Low key. That's the one meme I'm okay with coming out
Yeah,
of this
like, for real.
particular situation.
Well, because
Yeah, I'm choosing to believe it. I want
Yeah,
to believe it.
statistically, whenever a new chapter of Dragon Ball drops, the cartel activity drops by like 30%.
Dude,
It's
I love it.
insane.
I fucking love it.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Bro.
there's
Same in Japan. When One Piece drops, the rate of crime for the day drops as well.
That's crazy.
People just waiting. I don't want to be in jail when it drops.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, for real,
It's, it's tough to get the leaks when you're in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta get the chapters weekly.
You gotta
Someone
be a
has to put
top
them in your
dog to
box.
get the leaks, bro.
so I might say a hot take, and it's something that I would have loved he'd done that because it would have been so funny, and it could have been an interesting storyline if Goku would have followed through and fused with Mr. Satan versus Super Buu. It would have been funny.
Ooh, that would
It
Oh,
would-
wow, that would have been wild.
That would have been because imagine we have the whole the whole Namek thing with Guru with Gohan and Krillin removing like what if fusing with Goku it releases also Satan's like talent when they fuse together like there was an interesting storyline and let's not forget Satan is like fake it till you make it and
Mhm.
very very charismatic, you know.
What is going on?
What do you mean what's going on?
I think
Oh,
we missed.
The camera's
okay, no.
going wild.
Yeah,
My camera?
I know.
Yeah, you're off right now for some reason.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
turned it
no
off because I'm
cameras.
eating, and I didn't want. I realized I was eating, and I was like, I don't want the stream to see me eating.
So,
Come,
Yo,
I'm
please
not-
that's
forgive
what we're all
me.
here for, bro.
Yo,
so I'm
please
not caught
forgive
up
me.
on like, have they did the
I mean-
story of Yamoshi yet?
Here, hold on one second. What's up, Fritz?
Please forgive me. I have to go.
Ah, my man.
I have expired my allotted time.
Hey,
And
I'm happy to be here with you, my man.
absolutely to everybody out there, we're all feeling it, man. It is this is a hard one to swallow, for sure.
Yeah.
I think we're all I could sit here probably for the rest of the week and still just think of countless times. I can sit here the rest of the year and think of countless times. Dragon Ball, Akira Toriyama, just everything that affected my life from that him pretty much propping up Funimation and what everything become because of it. And just, I'm going to be feeling it. I'm going to be in my feels about this one, guys. But unfortunately, I have to let you guys go. You guys have a great rest of your stream. Thank you
All
so
right,
much
Freddie.
for having me.
Love you,
Thank you,
pretty.
Love you, Fritz.
Yeah, Mr.
Bye.
Popo.
You guys take care.
You too, bro. Be safe.
So fuck
All
that
right,
guy.
Kushi, now that we got him out of here, let's get into the real conversation. Just kidding, just kidding.
Fair.
All love to the boy.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, that's fire. For
Dude,
sure.
Jacoby's been
Be
on
real,
one
though.
other stream on Chadmirals with us, and he already gets the joke when someone leaves. That's great.
I love it.
I'm with it, guys. I'm with it. I'm an honorary Chadmiral.
Yes.
Go, Chad Kobe.
Chad Kobe.
I like.
Jacoby. Yeah.
I'm gonna make him Green
Yeah.
Bull next time he comes on. Don't tell him who that is.
Nice.
He's fucked up and said a name he shouldn't hear.
Wow. Come on,
God,
dude.
Lucas, this is it, dude. I'm gonna have to leave.
Yeah,
He's
my
out.
bad. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
God,
Oh.
it's hard though. It is hard, man.
Dude, it's it is
It
very
is.
hard. That's why I keep staying on. That's why I keep on staying on Dragon Ball to avoid any unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
So, if you guys are cool with it, I'm ready to talk about some Dressrosa.
Yes,
I'm
let's go.
very down.
Smokey's like, yes, let's go right now.
I love Dressrosa, man. Love
Give
it.
me like top 3 moments of the arc.
Oh my god. All right. So
Yes.
first off, Dressrosa is like, it was such an insane arc. Like, it was I'll just go ahead and put this one out there immediately. This is now my favorite arc of One Piece that I've seen so far.
Let's go.
It absolutely is.
Let's go.
Like, easily. It does have horrendous pacing issues, and that's just no secret to anybody. But honestly, even though the pacing is butt meat sandwich, the content that we're getting is unreal. Like,
Yeah.
all right, so top 3 moments, and this is just me immediately coming up with something off the top of my mind. Law versus Dofi and Fujitora, which is Fujitora's intro in the anime.
Fire. Fire.
Holy shit, guys.
Fire.
Like Fujitora just like casually bringing meteors down, dude. Like, you
Yeah,
know,
what'd you think of the press?
Without a
fruit,
care in
man?
the world.
dude.
Yeah, without a
that
care in the
might
world.
be that might be one of the coolest fruits I've seen, if not the coolest
Yeah.
one, especially with his ability to use it. Like, a big thing that I'm now really learning and understanding in One Piece, especially because of this arc, is, you know, it's not just having a powerful devil fruit, but it's being like a fucking G with that devil fruit. Like,
Yeah.
Dofi, like, so I just learned about awakened devil fruits officially. Like, I've kind of known that that's a thing, but not known anything about it. And now I officially know that, like, Dofi's devil fruit was awakened. Because, like, the entire Dressrosa arc, I was talking to my chat, I'm like, why is he so fucking good? Like, why can he make shadow clones out of strings? And why is he putting his
Crazy.
organs together in his body? I'm like, he's
More dumb
way
stuff.
better with this than he should be.
The way Dofi ranked, when I was coming up with the concept for my Devil Fruit ranking series, the way he uses his fruit is what made me start adding. That's why there's a section of
Mastery.
my rankings called practicality, because the way he uses it, is insane. Like you said, stitching up his wounds, making an entire string clone of himself.
He has flight.
Like,
He has
Yeah,
he has
flight.
flight. He can attach to clouds. Like,
Listen,
what the
there's
fuck?
a moment before I found out about his awakening that I was breaking down the chat. I'm like, this is fucking stupid, because this is also before Gear 4 happened, and I didn't know Gear 4 was gonna happen this arc. I knew it existed, but I didn't know when it was gonna happen. I'm sitting there talking to him, I'm like, look, right now, Dofi is up on the rooftop fighting Law, which up until this point, for me, Law is one of the most OP characters I've met in One Piece.
Facts.
So anyone giving Law a run for his money is a fucking nightmare. He's fighting Law, and then he's controlling a shadow clone and controlling Bellamy to fight Luffy down under. He has
All at the same time.
He has the entire birdcage active and receding, and he's controlling citizens and fodder marines to fight each other as well. Literally all at the same time, and he's winning. He's winning. Like,
Jacoby, you forgot the most important thing. He also had time to pull up a fire PowerPoint to show him the most hated people in the city.
Right.
With a bounty.
Right.
absolutely.
Right.
He came up with a rating system, a sick PowerPoint. Like, he had a live stream set up. He was plugged in. And
See this little bitch? You see this bitch called Usopp? Get him. Like
Somehow a god slipped into our presence. We got to take him down.
Yeah, we gotta take him
Right.
down.
Dude.
So that's 1 out of
beautifully
3.
said.
Yeah, wonderfully
Yeah, so-
said.
Yeah.
So 1 out of 3 is the Law Dofi Fujitora fight. Number
good,
2,
dude.
it's Gear 4, and I want to say this. So the way the episodes led into Gear 4 was like at the very end of the episode, Luffy finally goes, "It's time," and he like goes like bite onto his arm. He goes Gear 4, and it's like hits you with the to be continued. That moment, I lost my mind in the stream. Like I was like, "Oh my god,
Seeing his
Gear
arm
4 is
bubble up.
coming!" Yeah, dude, like it was nuts. When he actually did it again, like visually, I loved the way Gear 3 looked, even it being round and bouncy. I thought like with like the chest tats and everything that he gets, and like the way they show the hockey on him, it's fire. But of course, they made it goofy because it's Luffy, and I'm not dogging it because that is who Luffy is and that is what One Piece is. But I will say that took me out of it ever so slightly when he was like, "I'm Bounce Man," and I'm like,
Yeah. Bounce
Okay.
Man!
yeah, exactly.
It's
It was
like-
just like,
So, fun
It's
fact:
the equivalent to
tattoos-
water, Luffy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The tattoo on Gear 4 is his shirt becoming rubber with his skin. That's
Fire.
what like the
That's
pattern
so
and stuff
crazy.
is. Yeah.
dude,
Fire.
that's so freaking sick.
Yeah,
But like,
just keep your eye on Gear 4. That's all I'm gonna say, my man. Keep
Oh, yeah.
your eye on
Well,
Gear 4.
I can say this just to, I mean, because I've been candid with my community as well. Like with the small things I have seen with Gear 5, I was very interested to see that Gear 4 had some smoke floating around him that seemed a little similar to something I might have noticed with Gear 5, but know nothing about. So
Okay.
interesting. I don't know.
I
what
can
any-
Have
hear
fun.
Cube's
Have
heart
fun,
beating
baby.
right now. Yeah, I'm saying I
Dude,
can hear Cube's heart beating right now. He's like, oh God,
Right.
yeah.
Cube is like Cube wants to explode, right? He's like,
Oh,
He's like,
okay. Yeah.
No,
I
I was gonna say something. People like to talk about certain moment in One Piece, like when Zoro unsheathes his sword. That's when he gets serious. But
Mhm.
I'll say this: there's nothing more cold than when Luffy removes his sandals. That scene
when
was
he's taking the
on.
chanclas off.
yeah,
it's
he's taking the
over.
chanclas off. He's ready to go, man.
It's over,
So
bro.
okay,
It's bad.
what's number 3?
So number 3, bro, was, and I did not realize Dressrosa had so much to give me after the Dofi fight. I had no idea. But the post Dofi Fuji versus Luffy, and then I hate to just lump all of this together, but everything from that moment on is
With the
literally
Grand
the
Fleet
best scene
and
that I've
everything.
seen in One
It
Piece.
slaps.
The Grand
Slaps.
Fleet, Fuji
Joining,
getting the respect for Luffy and realizing.
Oh
like,
yeah, dude.
like,
I wish I
the
had
fact
it
that
I
blinded
wish
in
I
his
could
eyes.
see you.
yes,
Yeah.
dude,
wish
he
I could-
regrets
oh my
blinding
God.
himself. Like that blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, like that all was sick. And then like Luffy not sharing the sake with anyone because he'll only share it with his brothers, but still having a drink with the whole crew and getting himself a 5,600 deep fleet. Like, dude,
Yeah.
unfuck with.
I have a theory that I can share with you now because I know you want to theory craft really bad. It's one of your
Yes,
favorite
I
things.
do.
I think
desperately.
because there's a pattern of Usopp's lies coming true, right? I think that
Fact.
he will be in charge of the Grand Fleet by the end of the story, and will finally have his 5,000 men.
I've had 150,000 men.
Yeah, like
1,000%, bro.
Oh.
Every one of his lies, every single one of
every
his
one of his
lies will
lies
come
comes
true.
true. Yeah.
So I have heard
Yeah.
the light theory of all of his lies are coming true, and I'm finally,
Yeah.
I guess, seeing like the culmination of this fact. That's actually a really cool
Uh-oh.
theory.
Yeah.
I have a question because I want to know how was your reaction to that moment when Usopp, after what he does, and they pull him up to the air,
I
and
was
the
there for
ceiling
that
cracks open because of Sabo, attacking the Colosseum, and them thinking that he was sent by God. Because I'm telling you, the moment when he starts saying, "Wait, God Usopp is starting to talk," that's when it killed me. When they
Yeah.
even start calling him God Usopp, like, what's your initial reaction? Like, what did you feel about that? So that's
So I got to give you my God's honest answer, and y'all got to bear with me on this. I hope everyone doesn't kill me. So I am not a huge Usopp lover. I don't hate him.
Oh no!
Not as I like him a lot more now than I have. Like he's definitely gained points, and he's not a total L. But this is what I have to say about that situation. The God Usopp situation was not deserved for him whatsoever. In my opinion, that was Usopp's worst moment on screen in the anime to this point. And let me explain why. in the moment, and so the fact that he did eventually get sugar and like he did succeed in changing everyone back from being like toys, absolutely epic. The problem with that is in that moment he chose to abandon everything and everyone. He didn't make the choice
Yeah.
outright immediately to like save his friends or anything like
Oh,
that. He
no.
chose to run, and then he did run, and the only thing that turned him back around is everyone literally begging him to not run and save them. And he realized, wait a minute, I'm kind of being a loser right now, and I need to actually at least do something. So then he did. But even at the end of the day, he didn't even do it on purpose. He ate something spicy, and that made him jump scare sugar, and that was it. And then he got praised as a god for it. All of that, in my opinion, undeserved. And it was a disappointing moment for Usopp because he turned his back on everyone in that moment. But fast forward to the moment where he unlocked his observation hockey and he sniped Sugar. That is the redemption for the moment that I just described. So we can call it even. So now we're back on regular ground.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Dude, you
I
lost
like
it for a
that
second
Usopp
there. I was
You
like, am I gonna
redeemed-
have to kick
you
Jacoby
redeemed
off
yourself.
Chadmirals? No, I'm joking.
You redeemed yourself. I am a god Usopp, stan, man. He's like
Yeah,
top
he's my
3.
number 3. Yeah, he's my number
Dude,
3,
number
bro.
3.
I'll be honest.
We're
I'm
the
at
same
point
lookers.
where, like,
Damn it, dude.
like I see it now. I totally see it, and I like understand why people like Usopp now. And I can't outright dog him. I can just speak like
Yeah.
these things that I've seen. And that one moment was rough, but the observation moment was absolutely incredible. And now that he has observation hockey, he is massively more useful, like massively. So huge
I always
bonus.
say I always say he's the only character that has a complete character arc because he always wants to be a brave warrior, and the fact that he's like the scaredest person on the crew, and he's
Mhm.
constantly facing his fears. That is
Well,
bravery. It's hard to call like Luffy brave because he's not really afraid. He's too dumb
because
to
he's
be
not actually
afraid.
scared. So
But
this is my
Usopp is brave in that sense. So he is a brave warrior of the sea already,
but
in my opinion.
But this is my question to you with regard to what you just said. So Usopp's inherently brave because he's in situations that make him very scared. And generally speaking, bravery is doing something that inherently makes you scared.
Yes.
Mhm.
But Usopp would not choose to do a single one of these things. Every time it comes time for something scary to happen, he's begging to not go, or Usopp has the I'm allergic to going to that island disease.
Here's my counterpart. He
Okay.
chose to embark on this journey in the first place. Nobody forced him to be a pirate in the first place.
That's fair. Hey, on that particular part, I will totally concede. Like, because he
Being
did
scared or
eventually
not,
make
Because
the
you
choice
have
to
to,
be here.
right?
Scared or
good.
not,
You have
too,
to be
Usopp will still do it. Like, it doesn't matter that he's shaking by the legs. It doesn't matter because he teaches Chopper a very. I'm sorry, I'm working on a Chopper analysis right now, and
Okay.
he taught Chopper a very important lesson on Alabasta, and it was when he was fighting Miss Merry Christmas. And that's to never let
stands
anyone
up
laugh
after
at your
getting
friends.
wrecked.
Yeah, stands up after getting wrecked and shows Chopper that you can never let anyone laugh at Luffy's dream because he's your captain and he's your
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's
And
like
look, dude, moments like that are huge, and that is where he provides so much value in, like, I mean, he doesn't provide value in the fight specifically, but that's not the
Right.
point of his character. It's to provide value in like the camaraderie of the Straw Hats entirely, and to show you
And
the
for
differing
tactic.
tiers
Yeah.
of that. I mean, exactly. Like, he's not the super, he's not the strongest, but dude, like, he's fucking hilarious. Him, Broken
and he's
Trooper,
intelligent.
yeah, he
He-
absolutely is intelligent.
And
And
this is
he's
the-
contributed to his crewmates. Like he
Oh!
built a climate tech, right? Like
I have a
that alone.
super important question. Along the same lines of Cube, since we're talking Dressrosa, bro, I didn't get to watch this, and it was the one thing I wanted to see you react to more than anything. How did you feel about Mr. Pink's or Senor Pink's backstory?
Oh god, don't make me
Dude.
cry right now, bro.
Dude,
Come
Senior
on,
Pink's
Luke.
backstory was dark, bro. Dark. The hits just kept coming. So, one of the best fights in One Piece, probably. And for every reason that you would never rate a fight, I feel like. You know, like, obviously,
Facts.
they just went hit for hit, and, whoever survived, survived. But, I mean,
Yeah.
a fight of men, a fight of true men in that. Pink's backstory was devastating. Pink is one of my like, he's in the running, so I'm doing a new thing on TikTok, which is literally starting with this particular arc, where now that I'm at the end of each arc, I'm gonna rank the MVP side character of each arc. So obviously Luffy
That's
will still be the
hilarious.
MVP of
That's
every arc.
funny.
I want to do like MVP side character, and Pink is in the running for that as far as like how good his backstory was. How I mean, his fight wasn't specifically epic, but the story building and him and Frankie's relationship during that was just dude, it was top
It was
tier.
super, you could say.
It was super. It was absolutely
Super.
No,
It
him
was
just
hard boiled.
that final line from Frankie, bro, when he's like, "One day I'll buy you a
Yes.
drink and you can tell me all about a girl named
Mhm.
Russia." Like, oh my
Yes.
fucking
Makes me
god,
cry,
dude!
man.
So,
Like, what
have
was
you seen the
Losing
going
a
cover
on?
son.
story or whatever? There's like a cover
Yeah.
panel or something that they
Yeah,
drew,
it
that
is.
Oda drew sometime in the
They're
future.
getting
That
in the bar.
happened. Yeah,
The bar.
that happened during Egghead. Yeah, that's one of the cover spreads from Egghead.
Yeah, my
Hey,
kid
Hey,
real
made
quick,
me see
real
that
quick.
afterwards. I was like,
Real
that's
quick,
dope.
guys. I gotta dip out. It was awesome being on the stream. I'm gonna go cook the family some dinner. Love you guys. Jacoby, it was fire being with you.
Will, thank you
Lucas,
so much, man. I appreciate you having me on here, bro.
it was fire, man. Lucas, you're the great host. Cube, I love you. Are you ready? I love you, bro.
Are you
See
ready?
you guys, man. Good night.
Night, brother.
Good night, my friend.
So
Yeah.
actually, there's something I actually now I'll actually share my favorite moment in Dressrosa. Like Lucas knows that I'm a huge Revolution Army fan ever
Mhm.
since it was introduced in the end of Venice Lobby, and I love Sabo's my favorite is one of my favorite characters. But what I
Yeah.
love is the twist of Sabo and Koala being in Dressrosa.
Facts, dude. Facts.
All full circle because if you think about it, they both were actually introduced in the flashback that followed one and the other. ASL, then the Fishman Island one. It's like it was very wholesome. I really like that. So it's like
Dude, I ain't even gonna lie. When I saw Koala for the first time, I cried harder than when I saw Luffy and Sabo meeting.
I got more hype seeing Koala as well, just like putting it all
Yeah.
together. So
Yeah.
it had gotten spoiled for me from watching the 3D2Y movie that Sabo was still alive. I didn't know when he was going to be like a character again, but
Yeah.
damn it, for whatever reason, I watched all of the credits of the 3D2Y. I think we were streaming it, and I just let it play while I was like yapping with the
Yapping to the
chat.
crowd. Yep.
And I glanced over, and it's like Sabo standing over the fucking sake cups and the graves. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, damn it, there it is. But yeah, like seeing Koala like being a part of that and like getting her flowers like that was so damn cool, especially coming straight off of Fishman Island, pretty much.
Yeah.
So that was like very relevant. And Sabo, like his whole backstory that we got at the end of Dressrosa, talking about him losing his memories and then getting them back on the day that Ace died, dude, savage,
Dude,
man.
that scene of him holding the newspaper and shaking and the tears falling down, like, and he
Yes.
just starts screaming. It's like, oh my god! It's like watching the Ace's death scene again. Like it's that bad because it's
It was
another
just- I
brother
mean-
reacting in just pure pain.
Just making it
And
even worse, making it hurt even more.
And what I do like about it is we do sense that Sabo's level was crazy. And I did like that it was the opposite of what happened with Ace in Marineford. Ace didn't want to let Luffy. He didn't want Luffy to be to go in front. I'll go in front. Blah 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 blah. Sabo literally said, "You know what? I have a mission. We achieve our mission. Now it's his adventure. I'm just gonna back you up." I love that
Facts.
wholesome thing where he was just when he went in front of Burgess and when he went in front of Fujitora. And when Fujitora he looks at him and says, "I won't let you go through my brothers behind there. You have to go through me." And I'm like, my God. And he's not. He could have easily like instead gone directly, and it would have been an easy fight against Flamingo. But he knew that his brother had a goal to become Pirate King. He still believed that, and he's gonna achieve it.
When he
man,
even
it's
says
such
he's like above being a revolutionary or anything, if Luffy calls, I will be there. Like I don't care about any other duties I have. I will be there, and I will watch this man become king of the pirates. And every time any character gives Luffy his flowers like that, it sends me, dude. I love it.
And that scene with Koala and Sabo when Sabo breaks the Coliseum and takes the fruit, and
Mhm.
Koala just takes his clothes and it starts jumping down, and you're like, oh yeah, those guys are in a different leagues than all the other people there. Like even
Absolutely.
Koala, like she was
Absolutely.
just going through everyone. I know it was very wholesome, and I did like the Robin thing because, dude, I'll say this: Robin is dirty for never telling Luffy the truth. I don't know if she knew or not, but it's dirty.
This is true.
It's like the whole situation with Robin is wild. Like she obviously spent time with the revolutionaries for the 2 years that the time skip happened, and like I know Luffy is not a very questioning guy. Like he just kind of lets things be. But like, dude, if you went and spent time with you know, Luffy's dad for the entire 2 years y'all were like separated, I feel like we'd have a conversation about that.
Yeah, I won't lie. At the time when I was reading the manga and I found out, I really
think I
not
fixed it, chat.
resented. Oh yeah, okay, okay, there was a problem. Okay,
Do we need to chill for a second?
yeah,
No, you're
it's
good. No, you're
okay,
good. I
good.
think I got
It's
it.
not, it's not that I resented Robin, but I was like, I didn't like that thing of Robin. Like it was like if there's, I really like Robin as a character. If there's a moment I didn't like something like the way she was so familiar with him. Says she should have at one point could have hinted to something, you know. Yeah, at the time, I remember when I read that, I didn't really like that. I felt like, you know, especially with
Didn't
Robin's storyline with
Sabo
O'Hara.
ask her not to tell Luffy? Or am I misremembering?
Ooh, the rest has been a while, so maybe I forgot that. Maybe later on it was addressed and I maybe forgot that.
I think so. Like I feel like that did
It
happen.
feels like they would have done that, but I'm not sure if they did or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better now.
So
Perfect.
that was
Awesome. Yeah, I had desktop audio turned all the way up and Discord audio. That's my bad. I hope the rest of the stream didn't sound like that. Holy shit, that's going to ruin the whole VOD. Oh, well.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
It is
happens.
what it is.
It is what it is, yeah.
No one said anything until right now, so it must not have been that bad.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm wondering. That's crazy.
But listen, guys, because I was gonna leave just after the end of Dragon Ball, but I didn't want to spit a bit of Dressrosa. I'm gonna let you go because I have to go to bed. It's 3:30 in the morning. Time to
God, Cube. Yeah, go to sleep, brother.
Yeah, Cube.
Been up
it's
for like
late, bro, it's
24
late.
hours.
Oh yeah, I do it. Yeah, because for those who don't know, I got the message at 3:30 in the morning and my eyes open wide and I couldn't sleep anymore. So so I'm on 24
Fair.
hours of non-sleep. So listen, I want to first of all, Jacoby, it's finally good to be able to talk to you not through a chat because usually I'm in the chat, so it's cool to finally be able to talk. And for everyone who's pulled up, you know, I know the stream started quite sad, you know, but I think we needed this stream, you know. I think it's a time to get together, and I think also don't be stranger. Like we have our Discord. If you just want to spit, we usually do One Piece, but if you want to spit Dragon Ball, you're allowed to, you know, like really, honestly, it's like no, because we do a lot of One Piece stuff. So at the end of the day,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
don't forget, we're all here
Oh, he's
because of
waiting,
Akira.
man. No, you were here last Chadmirals. He's waiting so that when he's caught up, so he can come on the stream with the last arc and
Oh,
hook with
dude,
the big boys.
absolutely. As soon as I can really get deep in these conversations, and I do know that I need to be better at being active in you guys' Discord. I'm actually bad at this whole internet thing, believe it or not.
Dude, same.
But,
I'm barely active in a lot of Discords because
Yeah.
I'm just always in TLA. Like, that's-
But Cube, I'm super happy to have met you and be able to hang out on this stream and like chat with you about these things, like you said. And I hope we get to do this more in the future, my
yeah,
man.
Vex, hop in. Cody, also, I love you, brother. I hope the new job is going well. I miss you so much, and I hope you're doing okay with today. SSJ, Cody, y'all send him some extra love. I mean, his whole moniker is based around Dragon Ball. Like, that is our boy.
Facts.
But Cube,
All love,
thank you
Cody,
so
all
much
love.
for chilling with us on Chadmirals tonight. I love you. Have a good night, and I hope you get some sleep.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. So anyways, instant transmission out.
Yeah.
Here, guys.
But yeah, vexyz, hop in if you want to, brother.
vexyz,
You're always
the lurking legend.
yeah, shout out to vexyz, the lurking legend, too, because he's been taking a break right now, focusing on his own content, and he had an amazing stream yesterday with Dak Sake. It was great. They built a One Piece D&D character, and if you guys in the comments
Let's
are
go.
not subscribed to vexyz, the lurking legend's YouTube channel, make sure you go follow and subscribe to vexyz, the lurking legend's YouTube. Bruh, what is up, vexyz?
Hey, what's good? Can y'all hear me?
What's up, bro? What's up?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What's
We're
good? What's
talking-
good?
We're talking Dressrosa.
Yeah,
How are
my
you doing
Dressrosa senses were tingling. I was somebody said peak was on the menu. I had to come through. I'm all right. I've been taking care of business for a lot of the months so far, but it's good to be back on Chadmirals with you, brother.
Hey, I know I missed you, baby.
It's good to see you again, Jacoby. I've been
Hey, good
keeping
to
up
have
with
you back in this chat as well, bro.
Hey, yeah, I got you. I've been keeping up with you on TikTok, and this is one of my top 3 arcs, brother. Like I'm super glad that you've got a lot of great things to say about Dressrosa.
Dude, it was so good, man. I mean, they just went all out. Like the amount of characters introduced in this arc that feel like are genuinely necessary to the story moving forward is just crazy.
Oh, for real. Yeah, like Doffy, like I love the setup like that we got at Punk Hazard, introduction to like the Doffy family and stuff like that, and then leading up to Dressrosa, because Monet and Virgo were such compelling characters to me.
Facts.
And then like the Monet and Doflamingo situation was crazy at the end of Dressrosa, and it was just it was really really great to see like the introduction of Fujitora, and then like the Luffy and Sabo moment, like you guys were just talking about, was peak. Senior Pink was peak. There is like so many great side characters. This arc had a ridiculous amount of quality characters, and I know a lot of people like kind of trash the Rebecca flashback stuff, but Rebecca and Soldier or Kiros are like absolutely goated, bro.
Best father in One
Dude,
Piece,
like,
arguably.
oh,
He's up
dude,
there.
arguably
He's up
for
there.
real. And like I was saying, like in my rankings that I'm working on for MVP, Kiros is also in the top 5 of MVPs of Dressrosa. I haven't fully decided if he's not the winner or not, and like that's like the thing. Kiros, like my man, made shit shake for 10 years as a toy soldier, and in that one day, that was the entirety of the arc of Dressrosa, which is just psychotic.
Like
yeah, JJ,
years.
hold on 1 second, Vex. JJ, yeah, Vex hit 100 subs yesterday, so rounds of applause for Vex in the chat, please.
Hey,
give me some clappy emojis. Like, let's go, dude.
Proud of you, bro. Well done, man. Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been trying to kind of focus on my own grind, and yeah, it happened yesterday, so that's a first milestone of many, hopefully. So I'm super excited for that.
Absolutely.
But before you make any like greatest father in One Piece tier lists, I gotta ask how much further in are you? Did you just wrap up Dressrosa? You haven't gotten any past
literally
it,
like at the like I just watched the last episode of Dressrosa, so I'm on episode 746, I believe.
Bro, whenever Fujitora said, like I wish I could see your smile, like that shit,
like the first time he regretted blinding himself just to see what Luffy looks like. Goodness, bro.
Yeah, I as a fellow blind man, love the representation. One of my favorite like characters in One Piece, even without being like having terrible vision myself and stuff like that. But like, yeah, he's just such a goat. But what I will say, and I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, but before you make the greatest fathers list or anything like that, get a little bit further.
Say less.
I want to spit about another character, but I can't. Ooh, there's a couple working. You're gonna see some greatness coming up soon. Like
that's
I know I keep saying that, but you know,
this show is so good about that. It's like anytime I want to make a tier list, everyone's just like, just wait, it's gonna get even harder. It's gonna get even crazier. Like, you know, and that's what is so amazing about this story.
One of the burning questions I've been wanting to ask you, brother, is what do you think of Kinemon and Momo now that Dressrosa's over?
Dude, love Kinemon and Momo. So Momo, for me, I don't have any real like heavy attachment to. It's very interesting that I guess he has like the smile fruits. I think is what it is that he has. So like I don't think he has a full devil fruit right now. Maybe I'm wrong about that and I misunderstood what happened, but I know he's a dragon, or he can turn into a dragon or whatever. I am incredibly jealous of Momo for the amount of love and attention he gets from Nami and all of that. My man is absolutely winning, a man among men. In those particular situations, but Kinemon is so sick, dude. So first off, like Kinemon seems to represent heavily what Wano is, which I've slowly been learning about, obviously, in my entire journey. It's a samurai style place, I guess. So he is obviously from there with the kimono. But in the one moment when him, Zoro, and Conjuro, I think is his name, the guy who draws.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah. So when all three of them put armament hockey on their swords and try to stop Dofi's strings, like his cage from coming in, like the fact that all three of those swordsmen there, like without Zoro, Kinemon, and Conjuro, I believe, like they could solo basically everything we saw pre-time skip. Just in that one moment of them blocking Dofi's cage, and me seeing that power jump was just so sick.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I love about Dressrosa is it does a really good job of kind of capturing like the power level of the new world, because we saw that there were like insurmountable threats, you know, like Virgo, who had like the full body armament and stuff in Punk Hazard, but we really got to see a good showing from, you know, giants and long leg tribes and like all these different like races and different people from different islands and all these cool different power sets and stuff, and like it's like a little slice of the entire new world. that you just got to see in the Coliseum, and I
Yeah.
love it. It's one of my favorite like
King
tournament arcs. There's a ton
Isabella.
of tournament arcs.
With the king
Oh
punch,
yeah, dude, the
like-
king punch, the
Dude,
king punch
yeah.
is goated, bro.
King
Oh,
Punch
what'd
is
you think?
goated.
I didn't get to see your reaction. How did you feel about Pika's voice?
Pika's voice, dude. Dude, it was
You
wild.
peaked so bad, Vex. He said Pika Pika. Like,
Nah, I mean, dude, Pika was an insane character. And also, dude, talk about a devil fruit. If he had armament hockey, he would have been so violently
Goated,
overpowered.
yeah.
It would have. I mean,
Yeah.
or, I'm sorry. Like, I guess he did have armament hockey, but if
Yeah, he actually had
used it
full
the way
body
he
armament.
could have when they were all inside the castle at the beginning of this entire montage of them getting to the top. He could have just like squished everyone like that.
oh yeah, like that.
Well, the
Like that.
thing is that he was using armament hockey the whole time, but he isn't like the full rock fixture that he's in. He is just swimming around in it, and he can control it. So
Mhm.
he couldn't armament like the full like mountain or whatever. You know what I mean? He could only
Yeah, but
armament
imagine
himself
he
within
could.
it.
But if he
Oh yeah,
could,
that'd be
Yeah,
crazy.
that'd be
That
nuts,
would be
dude.
insane.
Yeah, like that would be insane. What did you think of? And this is not Dress Rosa. This is actually Punk Hazard. But like you said, you were on Fishman Island, I believe, the last time you were on.
we were
but
like
with Punk
just getting
Hazard,
close to
man.
time skip.
Yeah. With Punk Hazard, how do you feel about Luffy going after Yonko?
So, it makes sense. It feels like that's where we need to go. Obviously, I mean, it's a
Clearly.
shonen. No matter how you cut it, we
Yeah.
got to go fight the stronger people. And Yonko is where we're going. I love that Yonko matter at this point. Like they are people that I've
For real.
heard of and have existed in the world, but you don't really know anything about up until the point that I'm at. And now, like, I've officially seen Big Mom. I've actually now officially seen Kaido, which is fucking crazy, dummy bonkers. Like all of that, like,
Dude.
like the way they.
Oh my
introduced
God! He
Kaido
saw him jump off of fucking Burka.
Yes,
He
yes.
just-
Or what is it? No,
yes.
what's that island?
It's
It
some
was
sky island.
balloon terminal.
Balloon Terminal, thank you.
Facts. Yes.
And he
So I
just
saw that. That was like
lands
the
in
last
front of
thing I
Cannon
saw.
then.
Dude, again, I keep coming back to, of course, One Piece would do this because it's One Piece, and I have to remind myself that it tells its story in a very special way. Kaido just wanting to like unalive himself, like that's his entire goal, was not prepared for that. Like I was like, all right,
No,
Kaido's
dude.
some demon, he's a horrible human, he's doing all these things, but nah, he's just sick of being here. And I
He
feel
could
like
be-
we
he could
probably
be all three of
kind
those
feel
things.
that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he could be all
he
three
could
of those
still
things.
be all three of those things. Yeah, like
Yeah,
Don't rule some of those out, you know.
Yeah, hey,
what do
fair
you think
enough, fair enough.
of as a musician, as a DJ? What do you think of Scratch Manapoo?
He's the worst character in One Piece. I'm just kidding. He's not the worst character in One Piece, but he's easily the worst of the worst generation. I hate his fucking character, dude. I've talked about this with my community a couple times. I wanted him to be like the coolest character, and I mean, as a musician and specifically a DJ and all of that, I want him to be a really cool character. He is not a cool
God,
character
no.
to me, dude.
Especially when you have like a musician like Brooke, like
Exactly. Like Brooke is a
Ugh.
billion times better.
So, who do you think the most forgettable member of the Doflamingo family is?
Oh, the most
Oh,
forgettable
man.
member. It's probably the helicopter dude.
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Yeah, it's probably him because Baby 5 is lit. Love Baby
Yeah.
5.
Hell yeah.
Daddy.
Sugar is one of the most OP characters in One Piece. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't say shit about her. My least favorite character was probably Snot Guy, the one who was
Treble.
yeah.
Big.
Yeah. So he was just
Dopey.
gross to look at, which was the point.
Nah, dude. Treble
but-
makes the ladies tremble, dude.
Facts. And the fact that he was pulling the strings the whole time, and he's the one who manipulated Dofi into just becoming the menace that Dofi is.
I like him a lot more than I like Steven Tyler at home. Like, you know, budget Steven Tyler.
Oh, dude,
Like,
yeah,
I
Diamante.
can't stand Diamante, dude.
Did not like
I hate
Diamante.
him.
I can't even
can
remember
tell
her
you this.
name. It's the art bitch, guys. Like, let's be real.
Giola.
Oh.
Giola.
So I called her medium mom. So we have small mom, medium mom, and big mom.
Oh my god.
And she was medium mom for me, for sure.
I should have used the
Lao Ji
big
was
mom
sick.
overlay.
He was
Lao
great
G
with a
is my
capital G.
guy, bro. Yeah.
Lao G.
No, I remember Tekking saying in one of his videos that like Khalifa and Giola are two of the worst characters in all of One Piece because they both had a part in flattening Nami's boobs. And I was just like, bruh.
What a take! What a take!
Oh,
Plenty of
Vex.
justification there.
Before we get further into dressers, I gotta ask, how are you doing with the news of Akira Toriyama?
I gotta be completely honest. Like, yeah, I'm shook. This is something that will reverberate across the planet, the whole greater community, and it will impact all future anime, manga, and everything from here to come, as it has for the past like since before I was like really into it and everything. And it's absolutely something that shakes the foundation, and it's a huge thing. I am I don't know, I'm weird with this kind of stuff though, so
Yeah,
I mean I've been kind of pensive and a little bit in my feels and stuff like that, but I know a lot of other people have taken it a lot harder than me, so I guess I'm just trying to like put
I
on the
cried
whole
for 4
spirit,
hours.
like, yeah, I'm just trying to like put on the strong face for the rest of the homies, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it's
I
definitely
appreciate it.
it definitely affects me. But I mean, this is a part of life, and it's gonna happen to every one of us eventually,
Yeah.
It's gonna happen to me now. Goodbye.
Oh
my god. He just Bud Dwyered himself. No.
Oh my god. But no, I also wanted to say, so about hockey a little bit more now than you did when we were last live on Chadmirals, Jacoby. So I wanted to say, what are your thoughts on Doflamingo being able to sit on a Logia when he sat on Smoker? Do you think that means that he has armament covered booty cheeks?
He's got cheeks of steel, it sounded like to me, man.
Brother.
They don't clap, they go ting when
Let's go.
But yeah, I would have to agree with that notion, my man. Dude, Dofi just changed the game in power level, I feel like, for this anime. I mean, it just showed me how much bigger this world
awakening
is.
When he said awakening, I lost my shit, dude. I was like, what like and off-white is like the coolest name for an attack, like,
yes, dude,
bro,
yes.
I loved it. He was just making the whole string world around, and like that was crazy. Dude was a conqueror. Dude was able to like tank Gear 4 like punches like easily, and like the whole city had to like help while Luffy was on cooldown and stuff like that. This is this guy's an absolute unit. I freaking love Doflamingo, dude. He is in my opinion, he is my absolute favorite villain in all of One Piece. He's great. Like it's fantastic, dude.
He was just perfectly written as a villain. Like he did all the awful things, quite obviously. Like he was a horrendous person. He's a character that you love to hate. And for me,
he killed his
he
whole
maxed
family.
out in this.
He killed his whole family. He killed his father. I mean, not his mom, but like he killed his father. He killed Corazon. Like
facts.
It's
and the whole Corazon law backstory, dude. Good God.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about that yet.
Oh God, yeah. But real quick to keep spitting on, Dolphy, pause. There's like there's so much to be said about him and his bruh. But his devil fruit usage and just the way that it's written in general, like him being this Machiavellian puppet master string puller and having these string fruit, and us being strung along for hundreds of chapters wondering what the heck this dude can do after seeing him before Skypiea, and then seeing him again at Marineford, and us just being like, what is this guy? And knowing that he was going to be like a bigger part of things at the Human Auction House, and then like everything tying back. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of string puns. Sorry, but like I love Dressrosa, but like with Bellamy, and like with Bellamy, the first time we ever see Bellamy, he has like a fake version of Doflamingo's Jolly Roger as his Jolly Roger. This dude's been a stand since the first second we met him, and like I love that. And then you realize that it's like a simple fruit, like like Luffy's fruit or like some of these other paramecias, where you're just like, how could this get cracked? And you see Luffy doing Gear 2, and then you see Doflamingo stringing on clouds to fly making
Literally,
string
dude.
clones, healing himself internally, and like taking control of other individuals as his own like puppets and stuff. And you're just like,
It's
this
unreal,
is
bro.
crazy. It's insane.
Uh,
And so that makes you think like what can a more cracked, more complex fruit like Law's fruit do? Then we see the gamma knife, which is insane, dude. I love that
Yes.
fight. When Law got shot, I was losing my mind, bro. I was actually almost in tears. Like
Well, and
before
him
like
losing his
the
arm
switch
and
up.
everything too.
Yeah,
Like-
dude. Oh my god.
Last time you were on Chadmirals, Jacoby, we asked, I can't remember what it was, but like 3 favorite side characters, and I put Bellamy in mine. And you were like, what? Do you get it now? Like after Dressrosa?
Dude, no. I hate
What?
Bellamy even more now.
No.
Like,
He's part
Oh
of the
my
Grand
God.
Fleet, bro!
he should not
He's
be part of the
him.
Grand Fleet. Bellamy's a piece
Oh.
of shit, dude. Bellamy
my
is,
God.
All right, listen. All right, you gotta let me rant for a second, bro, because
Okay.
you brought
okay,
it up.
Okay,
And
Pop
okay,
off,
yeah,
pop
of course.
off.
Pop off, yeah.
all right,
Cook.
so and I've been arguing with my community about this because I guess I have a relatively standout opinion on this. But all right, so Bellamy's a jackass when we meet him in Jaya, and he
Yes.
just is, I'm gonna make Daddy Dofi proud, and blah blah blah, and then he gets
Big
his
same.
fucking cheeks clapped by Luffy with Luffy gives him one of the most epic punches of all time. Shit was fi, whatever. We see him again in the Coliseum, and then he's like, hey bro, just so you know, I went up to Skypiea and massacred some fucking people and like turned up there, but also my crew basically all died because I'm a shit ass captain, but alas, here I am, and I'm still gonna make Daddy Dofi proud. So then he proceeds to go into the Coliseum and get his fucking ass beat. So after he's out of the Coliseum, he's gotten his ass beat. He's like, damn it, Daddy Dofi's not going to be happy with me now. Dellinger comes up and starts kicking his ass. And then he just gets saved because Diamante is like, Dellinger, we need you somewhere else. Then, for whatever reason, he ends up still going up to Dofi being like, bro, you have straight up told me you don't give a shit about me. You spit in my face. You said you never cared about me being a part of this. And I'm still going to be loyal to you. And I still want to fight for you or whatever. Like, that shit's insane. Like, Dofi controls him to try to kill Luffy. He literally asks Luffy to kill him so he doesn't have to be controlled like this anymore. Once Dofi relinquishes control, he's like, you know what? Actually, just kidding. I still fight for Dofi, and now I'm still gonna fight you, Luffy. Like, for
He's
me,
loyal
like,
to a
he
fault.
is. Well, yeah, he's loyal to a fault, and this is the argument my community made, which I don't necessarily have the best argument against it, but like, people were comparing like, well, people say Zoro's loyalty to a fault, but I'm like, Zoro's loyal to a good cause. Bellamy's loyal to an awful cause that has no net positive for anyone whatsoever. So in that reason, fuck Bellamy's loyalty, in my opinion, because it's totally misplaced. And also he's just he's more useless than Usopp. That's for damn sure. I was talking my shit on Usopp earlier, but dude, we're talking about useless characters. Bellamy's at like the top of that list right now.
My heart
like-
breaks.
I respect your opinions, and
I
they're
do
all
too.
valid. But the reason why I like his character arc so much, maybe not him as a character as much, because you did list off a lot of valid points. And yeah, like but I respect the full like come up, because it got to the point where we realized that he was only standing, Daddy Doffy, as you put it, which I think is hilarious, because he was fully confident that riding that wave would take him to the end, to the finish
Yeah,
line. And then
to the
he
top.
saw the light, and he saw the light that he heard the gospel of our Lord and Savior, the future King of the Pirates, Monkey D. Luffy, and he realized, and this was like in real time, us seeing Luffy. He says at the end of every single episode, and like all the time to all of the villains and shit like that, like, I'm Monkey D. Luffy. I'm gonna be the King of the Pirates. This turned Bellamy into a full believer, and it's like, a part of it is like, there are people who, like hear that at the end of every single episode. They're just like, okay, sure. Yeah. He's just like, he's coded like that, whatever. But like, this also turned me into a full believer. There were points in the story where I was just like, how is Luffy going to keep punching up? And this was when we were seeing Luffy pull things out of his bag we'd never seen before. This is when the stakes were set so higher, and we knew that Yonkos are the goal now, and we're going to be going up against the biggest four on the entire ocean and stuff like that. I'm like, how is this actually going to happen? And then in the eyes of Bellamy, I was also convinced yes, Luffy will be the future king of the pirates. This was
Yeah.
one of the moments, like, and you know, I thought about it, like, and entertained the thought, and was like, yeah, that's cute, cool, that's a great slogan. And then Saba Odi really humbled him and me in my thoughts, like, okay, he's got a long way to come, like, still. And Marineford as well showed us where that ceiling was.
Facts.
And then it
That's
got
facts.
shattered, and then it, like, but this was a moment through the eyes of Bellamy where you get to see, like, in true desperation, somebody who is converted and who absolutely truly believes that Luffy will be the next king of the pirates. And I love that. That's why I love his full arc.
So, dude, I cannot disagree with any of the sentiments that you laid out in that. Like, conceptually, I am all the way here with all of that. My only other rebuttal to this is that how many times did it take Luffy proving that to him for him to finally see the light? And that is where the difference is drawn for me. So don't get me wrong, just like you said, like, there's plenty of moments where I was like, Luffy's obviously on top, and it's like a clear shot that he's going to be king of the pirates, to, you know, the Saba Odi events and the Marineford events to be like, damn, he for real does not got this right now. Like, it's bad for the boy. But by the end of it, like, dude, like, Bellamy's experience with Luffy shouldn't, it should not be such a surprise that Luffy's going to be the one to go. Like, Luffy shouldn't have had to beat Bellamy 4 different times for Bellamy to finally be like, all right, maybe this guy's got some sauce. Like,
Maybe this guy's got because Vex, my moment for me with Luffy was on Fishman Island, because after Marineford, like you said, that's the ceiling broke. Like, how is he gonna do this? But when he grabbed that phone and was like, "You're Big Mom, huh? I'm gonna come kick your ass!" Like, it's just like, okay,
literally, dude.
yeah, like this man's gonna be king of the pirates. Like, he's coming in hot to the new world.
To speak one more thing on Bellamy, though, is that you have to understand that he was introduced as somebody who was a bit of a foil for Luffy, like an inversion with certain parallels that still, you know, persisted through the inversion. But, like, you know, like Rubber and Springs, you know, they both bounce back and things like that. And you see that if Luffy were, like, less determined in himself and had to ride somebody else's wave, you would see a lot more of Bellamy tendencies within our protagonist. And so it was interesting to see, like the fact that Bellamy didn't want to give in speaks to how much he is like Luffy in certain ways. It's just that he had his motives pointed in somebody else instead of himself, and he's still doing that.
Man, he had his eyes set on something, and he went for it to the bitter end, for real. So, like, in that regard, you're absolutely right. My man was dedicated. He believed in what he believed in. So, I mean, I guess you could argue the same thing of, like, you know, Zoro being dumb enough to fight against Mihawk because he believes in Luffy kind of shit, where, like, that's not a fight that he can win, but he's going to do it anyway. I can draw the comparisons and the foils. I see it. I still don't like Bellamy as a character, but I can say that I understand what they were doing to show us, or what they were trying to show us with that character.
Yeah, I can appreciate that, because, like I said, I don't really like him as a character too much, except for certain moments. But I love his arc, just in general.
His arc is
like
very well written. Yeah, very well written arc. How did you feel about Dillinger? Like, let's talk about these Doflamingo family members.
So Dillinger was an interesting one. So from what I know, or think I know, Dillinger is half fishman, which is quite an interesting combo. He's apparently half fighting fish, which gives him his feisty nature, or whatever it may be. Badass character, strong as hell for all intents and purposes, and I love seeing a really lit non-devil fruit character. Like, those are things that I enjoy seeing, and One Piece does a really good job of having this entire power system, or having 2 entire power systems working tandem, and there are, you know, absolute tanks on both sides of it. In the beginning of One Piece, it's basically, if you don't have a devil fruit, you're fodder, and that just is what it is. When we get to the New World, with the whole concept of hockey being introduced, it's not end all be all if you're not a devil fruit user. And of course, we have lit ass characters like Rayleigh and Shanks and Goldie Roger who do not have devil fruits, and they're just, you know, absolutely lit. So I like seeing characters like that being as powerful and scary as they are.
Yeah.
Crazy you would mention Shanks like that, Fraud Watch. But
all right, bro.
no, I'm joking.
I would argue that you're about to get to the point where, and you do see it a little bit in this beginning with Punk Hazard and the New World, but you're gonna start to see it a lot more. And we've seen it before, and but like there's really like a third power system in One Piece as well, and that's like technology. And like Frankie has
Frankie
no
style.
devil fruit and no hockey, you know. So, and even with with Usopp and his dials that he's implemented into the Kabuto or whatever. So it's there's a lot going on in One Piece, and I love that. And I agree. Like the whole Coliseum was a great way of introducing a lot of non-devil fruit users and some new devil fruits as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're correct. It's like everything leading up to like Marineford, we're just kind of told if you don't have a Logia, you're fucked. Like you're not him, you know, unless you could find like the one little tiny like foothold to get into fighting a Logia, like Water Luffy against Crocodile, and like just being a rubber boy against NL. And then we realized that like now hockey's the key that kind of breaks that, and now it's like if you don't have hockey, you're fucked.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. I think like
I really
Sabo's
agree.
the perfect example of a character like that in this, is like with his like Dragon Fist that he does pre him having Ace's fruit, he was freaking lit. Like he was the best one on that plane without having the devil fruit, and then he got a devil fruit. Like for me, power scale wise, Sabo seems to have some of the most potential in this anime period.
I agree. Dude beefed with an admiral. Like
Dude,
he literally
Yeah.
just like that was insane.
Yeah.
Like that was insane.
He
And
crushed
the most lit
Jesus
admiral.
Burgess' skull. Like literally
Yes.
just went up to him and
Yeah, he was like, "Yep, facts."
it was
Yeah, it was insane.
Sabo's
I
a
definitely
menace in Dressrosa. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's a menace in the rest of the story as well, but we ain't talking about that tonight.
But no, yeah, like one of the strongest individuals, like outside of like obviously like Dofi,
Yeah.
that I think, and it's crazy because like Dressrosa and Marineford have done some crazy things as far as power scaling in the community, and I won't get too far into it because you're not, you know, you're where you're at, and you're about to see a lot more entries into the top rankings and things like that. But I would argue that Doflamingo is absolutely still relevant. Like even like for people who are caught up, but that's not a conversation we'll get too
Like power
into.
scale wise, is that what you're saying?
Absolutely, he
Absolutely.
is.
I'd love to hear that. Like because
Yeah,
that's
he's
what it
huge,
felt like.
dude.
I kept saying that the whole time watching his fight. I'm like, I just don't understand. I mean, like, it's so obvious how powerful he is compared to everyone. I mean, it's literally like Super Saiyan Goku versus Krillin. Like, it feels like that. Krillin's lit. Like, we all know Krillin's lit and he's got it. But dude, there's a Super Saiyan up there. Like, what are you gonna do?
I think with Doflamingo too, man, he's intelligent, so he knows how to use his fruit in ways that, like, when I ranked his fruit, I gave it a lower ranking than most people were expecting. I can't remember what it was, an 8 or a 7 or something like that. It's because I said when it comes to the skill part, you lose points because no one is going to use that as skillfully as Doflamingo does.
Absolutely. That's not a transferable power that would be equally as strong in someone else's hand.
Exactly,
Yeah.
man. There was a question I was going to ask, and I forgot what it was. It was to Vex.
I mean,
no.
To me,
Yeah.
I don't know. It must have been about Law because you know that's
It was
boy.
about but no, it was about Jacoby and his One Piece journey. I was thinking of the like thing I'm probably like most excited for, like coming up for him without spoiling anything. I think all of Whole Cake is just going to be a fucking experience for this guy. Like,
I'm just excited that he's got through Fishman Island, because Fishman Island is, like I said last time, it's where a lot of people, last time you were on with us, it's where a lot of people do lose a little bit of gas. It's not necessarily a fall off point, but it's just like, you know, hey, I'm gonna just kind of coast a little bit. I just went full speed for 300 episodes straight. I'm gonna chill now, you know, like, and Dressrosa is absolutely the point where you're just like, all right, I'm full speed ahead again, like let's get through this shit. This is peak.
Not for me.
And yeah, I mean, for the anime it's different, and I will say that in my opinion, anime it's still top 3. Manga, it is definitely better. If you do get to the point where you're going back and like reading through the manga, which I highly recommend, Dressrosa is highly enhanced by not having so much of the flashbacks and padding and things like that.
That is one thing. I mean, like, I wanted to bring this up on this particular podcast as well. Like, again, I came into this saying Dressrosa is still my favorite arc that I've seen in One Piece. But dude, if I
Let's
wasn't
go.
doing this on stream with my community the way I did, I would have either switched to One Piece or I would have straight up switched to the manga. The
Yeah.
pacing was awful in the anime, and
I
and,
told you, man. Yeah.
truly
So
awful.
can I
Yeah.
give you a little bit of a behind the scenes on a bit of why that was?
Is it because Oda got sick and Kishi had to come in and help him like draw some of
Yes.
it, and they had to slow it down? Yeah.
So that was a big part of it, is that Oda was in the hospital for a good chunk of Dressrosa, and yeah,
Mhm.
Kishimoto was like, maybe you should slow down and take this time to be with your family, and Oda's just
Facts.
like, nah, I
Dude.
gotta, I gotta.
Hold on, wait. He hit Kishimoto with the Josh.
No.
No, yeah, like he straight up was just like, he's so in another interview, Oda had also said that Dressrosa is apparently, I can't find the interview, don't quote me on this, somebody else told me this a long time ago, I don't have sources or receipts for this, but
I'll be right
apparently
back,
Oda had once said that Dressrosa is the halfway point. Like,
Crazy.
that's-
Dressrosa is the halfway point.
yeah, can you just imagine, like, let that sink in for a bit. Like, I
700
don't know,
episodes in.
I don't know how valid that is. But if that is, if there's any truth to that, that's honestly crazy to think about.
That really is.
But yeah, like Oda was like, I can't stop right now. I need to focus on this. And Kishimoto was just like, because his story had just finished at that point in time. And he's like, it's great. I get to spend a lot of time with my kids. You should think
Kishi
about
was
finishing
actually,
One
this is
Piece.
actually kind of nice.
Yeah, and Oda's just like, that ain't me, dog. I need to finish this but on my own time. And so Kishimoto was just like, all right, cool. And he grabbed a pen and sat right there in the hospital, like next to Oda, and started helping him, bang it out, which is so goated. And
That's
I love
one of my
that.
favorite like concepts in anime. The fact that like Kishimoto and Oda like worked on these projects slightly together. Like, again, I said this earlier in the stream. I don't know if you were here yet, but like, with Akira passing away, unfortunately, one thing I think that can be a positive of this is like the amount of conversation coming around the fact that all these people admired each other and worked together to create these products, instead of like us comparing these products. These products aren't being compared in the professional space. They're just being like admired
Appreciated,
and represented. And I think that's just so huge. But yeah, dude, like the pacing is an issue. I really want to go back. Like, I've been told by my community that like there's like YouTube videos and stuff that have all the fights like streamlined together. That's my biggest thing. Like, Law versus Fuji and Dofi was over a 25 episode period,
Bro.
and it showed in 5 of those episodes.
It's so peak.
And yeah, that's
Yeah.
one of the best fights in One Piece. And also, like, so like me making my recaps. So like I've been working on like my recaps and like my stream like recaps of this. It's really tough because there's only about 10 to 15 seconds of viable information at any given time, and then it's literally 8 to 10 minutes of like flashback or whatever. Not to say it's not viable information, but dude, like them stopping these fights in like the middle of every single swing was rough, dude. It was rough.
Yeah, I can definitely get that, and I see it, but I also really enjoyed it, and I was here for like any little bit that I could get of One Piece at this point in time. This was when I said, like, again, I was like full speed ahead. I ended up watching all of Dressrosa, which is like I don't remember the episode.
107 episodes. I'm sorry.
It's 160, I think.
It's huge. It's absolutely
big.
huge,
It's a big
and
boy.
I remember I watched the entire thing in all of about like, I want to say 5 days.
Wow, that's impressive.
I just like
That
did
is
almost
impressive.
nothing. At this point, I think it was during COVID shutdown, so I didn't have work to go to, and I was just like, this is my life now. This is
Dude,
what I do. Like,
it is absolutely binge-worthy content because, like, to go against everything I just said, it is still 118 word. There we go. Thank you, bro.
That's huge.
It was great though. It really overall was amazing. Like the pacing is not objectively good. Everything else about it though is just incredible. All the side stories, the tournament arc, the actual big bad, then the fight after the big bad. It just does not stop giving.
And then the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. And then Sabo's
the
back.
Straw Hat Grand
Yeah,
Fleet.
the
Senior
Sabo-
Pink's
the second-
backstory. Trafalgar Law's backstory. Like,
Yes.
Yeah, the second you hear the narrator start to pop off, I'm like talking about these 7 individuals will one day, like you're just like, oh man, what is this, Hunter x Hunter? Like
Exactly. Dun, 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 dun.
bro, that was
boys,
such a hype moment.
if we're okay with it, do you guys mind like wrapping down now?
No problem at all.
Yeah, whatever you got going on, bro. Like I'm cool with it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I've been at work all day and I am tired after crying so much this morning.
I understand.
It was hard today, man. It was.
It was.
But yeah, Jacoby, tell the beautiful people out there where they can find you.
All right, guys. So I go by Jacoby DS on pretty much all the socials that matter for that. Jacoby.ds on Instagram and on TikTok. I think I have everything linked in the bottom. Big ways to support me. If you check my link tree, I have a Patreon there where I post full uncut reactions to One Piece. I have like the end of the Sabaody reaction up right now, which is a big one. I also do One Piece live streams and Black Clover live streams, 2 times for One Piece and 1 time a week for Black Clover on TikTok. My schedule is pinned at the top of my page. Aside from that, go follow my YouTube channel. I am going to be making more content with these guys actually right here coming soon. We are working on all of that. I am a little bit slow to the YouTube game, but we're getting there. And aside from that, yeah, I'm watching One Piece for the first time. I love anime. I love video games. I'm a musician. I go by Drop Switch. If you want to check out my music, that's also in my link tree. But aside from that, I really just want to shout out the last arc, my boy Straw Hat Lucas, and then everybody else who is associated with this. Because you guys have been supporting me from day one, and I'm just always happy to come on here and yap about One Piece and anime and everything in between.
Yeah, no, it's always an honor to have you,
Huge.
brother. Huge. Vexus, what about you?
Nah.
Tell the people where are you at?
It's your boy vexyz, the lurking legend. Y'all can just call me Vex. I been taking a step back, a little bit of a hiatus from TLA, and I've been working on kind of pumping up the quality on my own streams. I just did a stream yesterday with Dak Sake where we made him a One Piece D&D character. What if Dak Sake was in the world of One Piece? And it was a lot of fun. Gonna be having a couple more of those streams on break weeks and whatnot in between manga releases, and I got some other stuff planned for my channel, so I'm linked in the description as well. If you guys have not already checked me out, please check me out. I just hit 100. It's pretty dope. I also have a link in that DAX stream to my new Discord server, vexyz Lurking Legends. If you guys want to go hit me up in there, I have Straw Hat Lucas and Jacoby pinned in the auto promo section, so anytime they're posting on TikTok, you will automatically get like the fresh link right there. So yeah,
Right there.
Thank you, my man.
And then I'll be, once I get myself kind of figured out again, I'm gonna be trying to figure out another D&D thing that I'll be doing on another one of my free days and getting back to some more of the TLA grind as well. So yeah, definitely check me out on my channel, Scarlet Pirates, every Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. CST, Group 2 solos. And look for me every break week. I should be having wonderful, content creators in the One Piece community coming out on my channel.
Yeah. Well said.
man.
Well said. Well, chat, I really appreciate you guys being here with us tonight. It means a lot. And obviously, the community has a very, very, very heavy heart. And Toriyama Sensei, if you're out there somewhere, I think you know how thankful and grateful we are that you spent your life dedicating it to a work that was really for us and not only for yourself. And you were a legend, man. And I appreciate you guys coming on tonight. With one last call off, I've been vexyz, the Lurking Legend, and we will see you guys next time. It's the joke that never dies.
Much love,
And
guys.
we are off.